Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just,
Very good.
for all. If you were to ask me, it would be a lot, but if you ask my wife, not so much.
I got something really done lately as a husband. What was it? Well, it's hard to keep track of when I'm temporary to get it some stuff. He's really good at like spending. Good one. Good Cheryl too.
Yeah, I hate curtains.
You do?
Yeah,
How come?
it makes me feel like I live in a cave. There's hangers out on the pole rack. Yeah.
Somebody, this is quite a nice code. I'm afraid somebody might heist.
In the courthouse,
I'm just teasing.
red.
Would you feel better if I just hung it up?
Morning, Todd.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hey. Good.
You got as much as they do here in town?
Did you guys get my email?
Yes,
Yeah.
I got a copy of it
Good
right
email.
here.
Good email.
Gonna lose some private property rights.
Yep.
I was going, that's all there is to it. That's fine with me.
Hey,
You're pretty much the BLM. You're pretty much regulated by the BLM. We
But-
are anyway.
I have to make a quick announcement that there is a mistake on the agenda, that the two resolutions that are shown on there say 24 for the fiscal year, and it's supposed to be 25 for the fiscal year.
Okay.
Sherry wanted to make sure I said that and put it in the minutes, so there you go.
Are we gonna handle this invoice or do I give it to the clerk and recorder?
Oh, we'll handle it. Yeah, I don't want no line.
When?
Don't want what?
I hear one over here now. I said I didn't want to hear it. Am I supposed to get earplugs?
Didn't work, did it?
You realize who you're sitting across from.
I know.
don't
Do we want to say the pledge?
you? We did. We
Oh, you
did.
did.
We thought maybe you might be a little late, so
The roads were kind of slick.
I didn't go fast enough to find that out. Mine were mostly snowpacked.
Yeah. Even the cars on the freeway weren't moving very fast, so
Yeah.
it's a good indication it's probably not the best.
The semis were being a little careful. That's
Mhm.
what made me cautious.
I didn't go over to the shop yesterday and put a lawnmower in the shop that I was gonna work on, and now I have to do it in the snow. Cause the snow's not gonna melt for a while.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Cheryl, is there a reason I got 4 copies of this bill?
Sure.
Okay.
One of them said copy for all. Is that the one that has part of an email with it?
No, I don't know. On email.
Well, on one of the emails, you said copy for all, so I made.
That was the letter from Todd.
Whatever was attached to that email, I made 4 copies.
I got 5 copies of the Gray West bill.
Who's counting?
I don't know, throw one in Harry's crap, throw one in each of the boys, and
I
whatever
just-
sticks, you're fine.
Just need one for my invoice.
I like the sound of that. Management decision.
Yeah,
Thank you, Cheryl.
uh-huh. Does that sound like a thank you, Harry? We'll vote on that, thank you.
Yeah,
Did you want this left here or should I move it?
I done, took everything out of it. You can
Okay.
move it, yeah. Thank you.
Well, Todd's here.
Hi, Todd.
oh,
Your roads are snowy.
a little bit.
Wasn't too bad when I come to work. Now, shit, we got another, got about the entrance, I've been to work.
Well, they said we're gonna get less than an inch today.
I
That's the
bet
weatherman.
We're already an inch and a half.
close to 2, if not more.
I'm sure your gauge is wrong because when these people
No
predict,
gauge, it's my foot.
when they predict, they're always right. So I'm sure your tool.
Just
Do
like-
you work
just
with
like
the
the rest of you.
weatherman too? Here, have a letter from our industrial.
Todd, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad.
There's enough, you can have one. Need some scratch paper?
What is it? How many times am I gonna get this thing? No, I'm just kidding. I read through it. They didn't tell you.
Carol, I did get your message.
Yeah.
I wanna talk to you.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
You wanna go visit with her while we go through our stack?
Oh, I don't care. Johnny Killen, saw him yesterday,
Yeah? What'd he have
or not yesterday, on Saturday.
Saturday? You quiz him on how happy,
I was at Nick Murnion's retirement party.
how'd that go?
There were about 200 people there,
Good. Where'd they have it?
out the country club in Forsyth. He's gonna stay in Forsyth. He's either that or gonna move to Cohagen.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gonna build a house at the mighty little village of,
well, you know, his
Luceville?
kid's got some issues,
oh,
His kids have what?
drug infliction,
Oh,
drugs and stuff.
really?
Yeah, he's had to help. So him and Leanne are gonna stay in Forsyth. I didn't get to talk to Leanne very long, actually.
I'm not sure
But
if you knew
the
her.
chief of the ninth federal district court was there.
Really?
Yeah. Brought to the attention of everybody that he went partying with me in Whitefish, Montana, a lot of years ago. Me and Nick and him went up there, and this Sid Thomas is just brilliant. And there was this big Scotchman with a kilt there, and he was from Scotland. And I said, "Hey, this guy's from Scotland too." And I looked at Sid, and Sid, he pulled it off. He did put the accent on and
He-
pulled it off.
Developed the brogue all of a sudden
Yeah.
and made it work, huh? You got some good friends. I don't know where the circus elephant came from, but whether it's a relation to us.
Must be saying the Republicans are clowns.
Maybe it's a relationship to the squirrels. I don't know.
oh, they're saying Republicans still celebrate Christmas.
That could be. There's gonna be more and more Democrats celebrating Christmas.
I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee.
There's gonna be a change on the horizon.
I think so. I think people have said, yeah, we'll give them their fair shot. Give them their fair shot. We'll keep our mouth shut, this woke stuff, okay, your personal stuff, if you wanna think you're a cat, you can be a cat, but I think this is about over.
Well, I think if somebody wants to be a cat, they have to get the rabies shot. Oh, there's just so much of this. There's, a gal plays college volleyball somewhere and the man's on the opposing team. They said that boy will come in at 65 miles an hour and he just knocked her out. This boy has injured her brain. So,
Who's this from?
Julie. That gift on the desk is from you. Thank you too, I enjoy it.
Phone number, like that, right?
I have to.
John says that we need to call in the SWAT team or anything like that, that he'll be willing to help.
What you gonna need a SWAT team for?
Oh, just if people get out of hand, this is with power.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you that, Greg, he's pretty fierce on it.
Well, you can take private property rights away to a certain extent and you can take care of this problem.
John, I just sent you an email with 2 links for the devices that I think we need for recording. The portable ones,
Oh,
they're links directly to Amazon.
I forgot my cell phone today.
Okay, no worries.
How
But you said to send it to
I
you.
don't know. I'm just lost about it.
Oh, gee. You wanna carry mine? I don't think I've ever seen you without that.
I don't mind leaving mine home once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, you do feel a little naked without it.
Todd leave his phone at home.
Yep.
Well, we won't get anything out of him at all. It'll be on telephone.
Yeah, I won't have nothing.
I was gonna go out that way this morning.
You're going out that
I
way.
might.
Yeah, Everett. Forgot my cell phone. Would you text Eileen and tell her I forgot my cell phone? Time in town. All right. Yeah, see you.
Is she back in Helena?
Yeah.
You could, now I'm willing to do you a big favor here, no charge. She could just text me and then I would just read it out loud to you.
I think she's smarter.
Thank you, Julie.
Knives in the courthouse, should we ban them?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to find mine first.
I'd have to really think about
I've got
not
one
carrying
in
mine.
pocket
I always
over
have it on my belt.
You don't leave the house without mine.
Yeah, I'm not with you, my watch and my knife. If I can leave my phone at home, I'll be fine, but if I ain't got my watch or my knife.
I use my
I'll go
watch
home
or
and get
my
it.
knife all the time, especially working at the shop. I use it nonstop.
I was kicked out of George
Open yours and hand it to me, would you please?
W. Bush's deal in Dallas, because I had that pocket knife right there in my pocket.
They didn't take your pocket knife, they just kicked
They,
you out.
well, they wanted to take it, said I had to throw it in a trash bin, so I just, you know what, I don't need to go through this.
I didn't want
That
to
was a
be,
gift from a friend from so many years ago. That
Yeah, it's not worth losing. Yeah. My dad went into a federal building in Boise once. They have a whole like gate that you have to go through.
well,
And
they
he
got
came
it.
out and he realized he had a shotgun sitting in the back.
The way they
Underneath it.
package stuff anymore, you gotta have the.
He didn't look, they just looked at him and said, okay, you can go through. But
You ever listen to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Got the guy that wrote Seinfeld and he's an actor in it. And he gets the fire alarms starts beeping. So he tries to get this thing down and stop it, and he finally takes a baseball bat and beats it to death. And then he gets a new fire in that plastic that's glued on all sides to the hot
Yes.
air,
Jerry?
and he can't
Can't
get it
out.
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did she do this to you?
and then
Uh-huh.
they package eggs and styrofoam.
I think you're gonna get it
I
now.
think I've been summoned.
Well, I think I wanna listen to this.
Oh, you missed the good one.
That's not even funny.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You didn't think so? I kinda chuckled.
Who's that from?
Next year, I should send it to Rainey.
I think they made a post on happenings of Prairie County that was very similar to that from next year from the Glendive LCC, but or maybe it was the Dawson discussion group. One of the two had that on there. Yeah, Christmas cards used to be a big thing. My grandmother used to line like half her living room with
You know?
cards that she got, and then she
Yeah.
spent 2 days writing everybody
All
back.
electronic.
Yep.
Send them.
Good morning.
You remind to tell him there is a typo.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24 to 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, people came in requesting those resolutions.
Oh,
So it was a typo. We didn't catch it until this morning.
who was to come in?
Eileen. I'm sure they were up for the resolution on the public participation. But that's what they got.
Is that mine or you?
Nope, that's mine. Yours is on the bottom of the pile, I think.
They said this thing's supposed to go about that today.
Well, it's snowing pretty good by the time I hit town. It was snowing real good.
Yeah, we just have a little dusty.
Well, it just-
About
yeah.
fix, but
But yeah, it started pretty late this morning. It wasn't just a skip when I went to work. So
I had a good 2 inches when I left home.
It's amazing how accurate the weather is anymore.
a lot better than the rest of the news.
Yeah, boy, do you see that jet? The Albanian or whatever jet?
On the belly landing.
people,
Wonder what in the world they had a concrete barrier at the end of the runway for. That makes no sense at all.
well, they landed without any wheels. The wheels wouldn't
They
come.
belly flopped, yeah.
Yeah, they landed, he belly landed it. But why would they have a barricade at the end of the runway?
Don't want you going past it, I guess.
They definitely didn't, you should see the film. Didn't go past it.
Came to an
Killed
abrupt
everybody
stop.
pretty much, except
With 2 people or,
I think it was two
Co-pilot,
pilots,
wasn't it?
pilot and co-pilot must have threw them out over the top of the concrete.
They weren't wearing their seatbelts, so.
Yeah.
But the road should be a little more,
Yeah, cleaned up pretty good.
yeah,
Sorry, you come out Christmas Eve, didn't you?
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think we.
The gate was shut.
Yeah. Sorry about
So
that.
that's okay. I just didn't get to screw up that cab or anything. But it should be, the first stretch, the middle stretch is closed yet. Between them. Everything else was thought out, so I can kind of cut a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah.
can somebody with a longer arm reach that?
No, it's a lot better.
It could last, do pretty good all winter.
Trucks are blazing up down that road. I mean, those guys sure. I know they're going 50.
They're not gonna do now, are they?
They're hauling corn.
Well, shit, the 2 days I was out there, I never seen any traffic, so I do.
No, they didn't those days, but they started on
They must start it again.
Friday and Saturday. And Sunday they hauled.
Oh. Well, it should be kind of half froze up anyway, so you can tear it up.
They stay in the middle and they stay 50.
Yeah. There should be a countywide speed limit. Should be. I know it ain't gonna make any difference. Nobody enforces it, but half the people will obey it. The other half ain't gonna.
Yeah.
But if you can slow half of them down, that holds the road together that much longer. I think.
Now, I keep getting requested to, did you have Todd come out and grade it over the tunnel? I can't. And I tell him, when I'm hauling grain and we haul to, there's gonna be, our trucks drove 30 and our trucks, but 2 tracks that way, 2 tracks this way. That's what they did.
Did you see this?
And Larry Morris,
Oh, the beer?
Yeah. That was in that gift basket from Great West,
That's very West beer, isn't it?
Great West Engineering.
No, the snow. I still have to go out and get bourbon. I don't really want to because it's snow right.
There's a brewery there in town. I think they get that
They
down.
custom.
Everywhere.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm tired.
But it should last, yeah, that first stretch to the, down to the cattle guard by the crate. I did that. The day before,
June and July because
yeah, it was thawed out that afternoon, and it worked out really nice. And then from the cattle guard up to the cattle guard before Coal Creek, it's froze up. That didn't work real good, but then that next stretch worked fairly decent. Wasn't quite thawed out. Starting to thaw.
something Larry Morris taught us,
Larry?
ride the ridge.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
it is.
So it's huge.
It is, but you can't get everybody to
that's
do it.
even more tiring because my cousins are
It
literally.
works really good if you're in a truck with duels.
Yeah, that's where.
That's what it really matters, yeah. Everybody thinks they're gonna get flat tires and then we ride ridges with our trucks, we don't get any more flat tires than not. And
It just been slow down.
slow down, you ain't gonna get flat tires.
Speed is the, where the key,
Oh, yeah.
the killer
On
tire.
any road.
Yeah,
Roads over tires, yeah.
jet that would also,
Yeah, that's proven. What do you do?
Think we got that,
70.
that pink hole, whatever is in the middle of the road, I think that's.
It's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times those things just take time.
Happy New Year.
And I don't know how much gravel we put in that thing, but it was.
If you hurry.
Bunch.
We just take time.
We have a,
yeah,
right
killing
now.
me.
Oh, okay.
They're.
Hey, Ross,
Morning.
how are you guys?
Good, how are you? Commissioners?
Grab a chair if there's one
A
around.
few minutes?
You might not have, we got,
Yep.
you can stay in here all you want, but you can only talk for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Do you have 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Pete, by the way. Pete, how y'all doing? Commissioner Devlin.
Hi, Pete Kokotis. Thank you, Derek. Pete Kokotis. Okay, it's Greek. Hi. Kokotis, Pete. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Hi,
all.
Devil.
Hi.
Christine.
Christine, yep, nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy
Yeah,
holidays.
grab a chair.
Yeah, you mind just. Oh, you got one there? Okay.
They're stacked in the corners.
Hey, morning. Morning. How we doing? Good.
Good.
Sorry to pop in like this. I was trying to get on the agenda, but it didn't quite work out. So thought if there's still a few minutes, we'd just swing by here. Say Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Hi, I'm Ross, by the way.
Yeah, I bet you.
I wanted you to meet Pete. Pete, works for NextEra and lives in Montana.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Happy to see
Oh.
some snow.
Well, yeah, put wind farms there.
They took.
You have
they
wind
took the
farm there?
towers off the
We have
hill.
one.
They blew down.
Judith, yeah.
They decommissioned,
Okay.
automatic decommissioning.
You might have too much wind at Livingston.
I agree.
You do have too much. wind.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, they
lot.
used to have them south of town there and those blew down.
Yeah.
Did they blow down?
Yeah.
There were 3 of them or so.
Well, there's 3 that are still across the river down as you go toward Big Timber that are hooked up to Northwest Energies and they're using it for irrigation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, the county's been looking at some version of zoning for years and years. They don't have zoning at the moment either, so.
Yeah.
Like, we're just so attached to Gallatin County at this point. We're trying to deal with that. So it's interesting times for us, just more on the growth.
Oh, trying to, your growth and stuff is crazy. I mean,
Yeah. Paradise
people living, that work in Bozeman and live in Livingston is
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah,
Just traffic at certain times of the day.
yeah, we had a rumor of a 100-unit kind of multiplex thing in Paradise Valley and everybody lost their minds, so. The county's really trying to think about that, and I don't know what that's gonna spur or not spur, but it's a very interesting county at the moment. Just,
What do you do next year?
oh, I do permitting and licensing. I'm a lawyer. I work in the law department and just help get permits, approvals, licenses around, primarily around Montana, Wyoming, North, South Dakota, Idaho, something like that. Just, we got a good presence in Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Pete's been at Nextera for what?
Let's call it 19 years.
Yeah, he's seen everything.
Next year.
So,
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
Florida. Been a while, but Florida. My wife's from Bozeman, so maybe over a we've been going there for years. Maybe over a decade ago, she insisted we return. She'd had enough of Florida, so I enjoy it.
So yeah, I just wanted to introduce Pete because he'll be working on this with us. Want to get to meet him in person. And then if there was an opportunity to share, we have now the draft development agreement that I had spoken of
Uh-huh.
last time I was here, and just wanted to provide that to you. It doesn't look like there's time to go through it. We'd be happy though to.
Well, if you
Answer.
can leave it, we can look through it and maybe
Yeah.
next time we can schedule a time or something.
Yeah, that sounds great. Have enough copies here for everyone. And again, this will take some time to go through, but we're happy to make ourselves available
Thank
to, the way I see it, we see it is it's just,
Can I get a copy of that too?
Yeah.
or-
yeah. Starting point,
Todd should have a copy too, because
Our road
yeah,
supervisor.
the road piece,
If things develop, you'll be working with Todd quite a bit.
yeah, exactly. So this makes reference to the road use agreement. Think about this as big picture, the umbrella agreement. And then as part of this, and it explains this, there would be a road use agreement.
How about the starting gate?
The starting gate? What do you mean?
Isn't that a good place to start? Is it starting gate?
Yeah, exactly. To start the conversation, wanted to give this to you. And again, think about this is the umbrella that would house a road use agreement, a decommissioning agreement. There'd be a sponsorship fund or contribution agreement attached to this. The tax abatement piece. There are a number of pieces that kind of are called out in here and would follow. I don't have all of those today to hand over, but we'll get those to you as well, so you can get your eyes on what we're proposing here. But big picture, I don't think there are going to be a ton of surprises in this. I know with the land board, we have a number of conversations at this point about what would be in here. This now is the written up version as opposed to that framework. we talked about back in November. So apologies, it's taken me a few weeks with the holidays and everything else, but wanted to get this in your hands.
Have fun for holidays, you go somewhere, or stay
Yeah.
in Florida.
He
Uh,
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got a nice trip.
I did. I got away. My cousin and I actually went to Egypt. Trip we were planning for.
Egypt.
Yeah.
You look like you've been in the sun.
Did you see the pyramids?
We did, yeah. Fascinating. Yeah. And then just spent Christmas with the family back in Virginia. So
Slept a few nights out in the desert though.
went to the desert. Yep.
Good.
Did it get cold?
It was cold. Not quite Montana cold, but it was cold.
Cold out.
But I mean, the
Yeah,
nights,
I know,
the
not
nights
yet.
in
Yeah.
35, 38.
Not yet. Yeah.
Cools off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah. But I missed you all. It's good to see you again. I want to say Happy New Year, happy holidays. You all have a good Christmas.
Yeah,
It's a good,
Can
good
be.
time they give people a week for Christmas. We took it all up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you don't remember what day it is, you must have been having fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somebody
Forgetting-
watching the calendar
Forgetting
for
the
you.
calendar, the day of the
Well,
week.
no, just, Christmas in the middle of the week, you.
That really fouls things up.
Yeah.
You lose track a little bit,
Yep.
and that's good.
That is good.
I've
No.
got 7 or 8 grandkids and 3 great
You
grandkids.
spent it here or back in Billings or?
In Billings.
Yeah.
So,
Christmas
Your
was
one
good to the
granddaughter was
grandkids.
on the Q2 news last night. Even had a picture of Dennis up there.
a younger version.
what was this about? Most
The
wanted, or what?
The Dodge Lancer.
She's trying to generate money so she has a film idea, and she's got some producers in Hollywood looking at it. Call the Lancer, the history of her.
That's
little car.
1961 Lancer.
Who is it now? It's
Mary Kate,
Mary Kate?
yeah. She had over 2 million responses from California when she did a music video down there, so she's gaining ground in that.
She had to come video the guy's ranch raid. Really something.
Yeah.
It's amazing what those guys put together.
Yeah, that needs to be on back roads to Montana, doesn't it?
Yeah, you never think that happened in eastern Montana, I can tell you that.
That would be a good thing to plug into.
What's a blade length?
The blade length. So with the 10 meters, the blade length is 275
275.
feet. Just under, I think. And then with the 10 meters, it comes up to 285 feet. So the setbacks are a big piece in here. Again, the numbers should not surprise you at this point, in terms of the numbers that you see here, the numbers that I've offered before, in terms of non-participating homes. Again, we've heard the community concerns and have increased that to a mile. That's in there. And then we make a distinction here between non-participating and participating property lines. Those numbers are in there. And then for participating homes, it's really the landowner's discretion in there right now. The ADLS for the nights, the night lights, that's in there. The road use agreement, Todd, is coming. Again, I'm gonna get that to you. You'll see in section 3 here, it references additional agreements that will be attached to this as appendices or exhibits. Those I'm gonna get you as well, including a road use agreement.
Does the FFA on their permitting have the Empire State Building, pretty tall building,
Sure.
call it 1,300 feet, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know how high.
I think that's about right.
But that has to have blinking light all the time. They're never gonna shut it off. Now, our wind towers here are gonna be so high, we can permit it, try to permit it, and they're gonna laugh at you and say he's gonna be on all.
No, we actually, we don't expect the FAA to have concern over ADLS. Now, look, I can't guarantee anything at this point. We do have to get FAA and DOD approval, but
Yeah, but we tend to get it. We tend to get them. They understand the ADLS. It works. We use it on our other wind farms.
Yeah.
We have, would put a wind farm within 20 or 30 miles of Grand Canyon, they don't want lights there, that type of thing, so.
We hear a lot about decibel too.
That's in there as well.
Sound level and ice throw.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cause that's, especially the guy that signed the lease, that's a different dog, but the guy that's not participating.
Right.
You've been to my farm.
Yep.
And my wife and I sitting out in front of that house, 10 o'clock every morning, or every morning, and we have coffee. That is the only benefit I get for being a farmer.
Mm.
And if I lose that coffee, I'm quitting. But we
Sure.
sit there and we enjoy the quiet.
Absolutely.
And so the question has been raised, the emission of noise off these things, how far does that travel? And-
Yeah.
And at what decibel level is that?
Yeah,
Have you done studies or anything that, because there's machines.
there are
that do
plenty,
that.
yeah. Yep, and so we limit ourselves to how noisy it has to be for a non-participating landowner in here.
Okay,
50
55 decibels, yep. So we're coming to you saying, hey, we're gonna make sure that it's no louder.
what
For
does
you
55
non,
decibels sound like?
Landowner is 50 and the
yep.
non-participating is 55.
What does 55 sound like?
So if you're
Like
standing on
going
top
down
of
Main
the,
Street?
yeah, if you're standing on top of the turbine as it's fully operating, full force, it's about 107 decibels, which is a lawnmower. Okay, that's right up against it, right standing right there in the middle of everything.
How many decibels?
About 107.
107, okay.
If you're 1,000 feet away, it's just over 40, which again, to put
Kind of
that in,
cuts it now.
which 40 is about a refrigerator, a normally operating.
Slade,
Yeah, but
now
it's
you're kind of
consistent.
doing a public comment.
What's that?
But it's consistent.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, not when it, I will say the wind itself is often louder than the noise of the turbines, especially on a windy day. So it is masked oftentimes by the wind.
we're gonna have to stop this conversation and get on to our other business.
Okay.
because the fact of the matter, we've gone past our time.
Well, hey, I appreciate a few minutes this morning. It's good to see you all.
Yeah, too bad you gotta do bad roads.
Took a little longer to get here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're
Well,
late.
you come from Billing?
At least we
Yeah.
got snow.
Yeah, snowpackers.
I mean,
I was talking
Fish tailing and
guys from Dillon here just on Saturday and just pretty desperate down there.
can I get in a plug for renewable power?
Go ahead.
Just that, no carbon emissions, no greenhouse gas emissions, no, just clean power. So, just have to make my plug on that.
Hey, Fleet,
Yeah,
farmer, rancher.
Yeah.
We get a full boatload of BS.
Yeah.
About how we are horrible managers and terrible. My cows are farting out in that field
I got it.
and they're just causing work. So when people talk to me about that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
it means absolutely nothing because this whole climate change
Yeah.
is BS.
Yeah.
Period.
Hit the stop
To
button.
me, it's a money scheme.
Hit the stop
Convert us,
button.
cold strip.
Yeah.
Took care of Americans for lots of years.
I'm on board with that. We own Florida Power and Light, largest utility in the country, gas, coal, all that. I was making a joke off of the snow.
No, and that's okay. It's been, you perked
Tell me
up.
where you stand.
It's been 4 or 5 years ago, we were at a,
Yeah, you really will.
Tell me how-
Public
we were at
comments
a
over,
Mako meeting in
Dennis.
Great Falls.
Yeah, Dennis.
And at this Mako
Are you
meeting
kidding?
was, at this Mako meeting
Yeah.
was, Northwest Energy.
Mhm.
John was the vice president, he was giving the presentation.
Kind.
And he
Yeah.
talked about renewables, wind and solar, what's available, it's 20 below,
They come out of the land planning book.
dance and those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, when it's cold, you
Do you
don't
have
have
the
solar,
Skokie letter?
you don't get wind.
Yeah.
And
from the lake.
everybody's kind of chit chatting, so he went to the
No.
next slide and I stopped and I said.
Well, I don't have my phone.
I was hit by two
Don't
commissioners
do your
from Missoula,
attachment.
and I said, when
He
it's
left
40
his
below,
life at home.
let them have the
Left my
wind
cell
and the
phone
solar.
beside
I
my
want a
bed.
coal-fired plant.
I'm with
I
you.
see.
Now, it's a good, it's.
You
a
don't
good-
have it
we
lying
own a
around
good
here?
mix and-
I don't know that we had a paper copy.
If nothing else, the renewable power.
I had not seen a
Well,
paper
whatever's
copy.
happening with climate and all that, it is clean and free,
Yeah.
so that's,
Had you seen
that's-
You mean there's
No,
scoping?
I would like to
there's
see it. I haven't
Scoping
seen it.
You know,
questions?
Pete, what I
What's
found
that?
interesting.
Scoping questions is what you're looking
What I
for.
see, and of course,
Yeah,
the
just
internet,
curious to
they
see it.
can't put it on there unless it's the truth.
Yeah, I don't know
But
that they've
they talk
got it
about imaging
finalized,
back in the
do they?
sixties when
Yeah.
I don't
NASA
have it
started shooting
finalized.
rockets in
Yeah,
space.
yeah,
My big
And-
concern
and how
about it
much
is
of the
that
planet was
if
green.
nobody
I think we're
is
40%
familiar
than in 60
with what
years.
distances are,
yeah.
you could walk out to
It's just-
somebody on the
Well, I
street
know.
and ask them what they think, you know, and
It's.
You gotta
so
put it in relation to
complicated.
something they understand.
You know
Tell
what's
people,
hilarious?
if you say
When
4
man-
blocks, they can visualize that.
Right,
If you say half a mile,
I'm a Christian guy. I
Yeah.
believe God created
they got
heaven and earth,
no clue.
yeah,
and I think he adjusted the thermostat,
Yeah.
however it's gonna be.
yeah, I got you. No, I know, I like to, from a technology perspective, generate.
And you got the
power
letter that
off
from
of wind and
Lucas, right?
solar.
A few
Yeah,
weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's an interesting, neat thing,
Yeah.
and it's getting better and better, so.
You said a few minutes ago?
a few
A few weeks ago,
A few weeks ago.
I wasn't able to make it in person.
It was the one about.
I, there's that too.
Break ground
I agree.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, we
Vehicles
got that.
and
Okay.
everything else.
you know, the theory was
What's our
that you can change.
January
energy,
meeting look
but you
like?
can't produce more, you can't
Right,
destroy it.
that's right. So thorough data.
Which one do you want?
The 8th,
There's people out there that think
or would different days work
alternative
better?
I'm
energy
not able to make it the 8th. I can make it the
Yeah.
15th.
I agree.
that it
that
never
the next
existed
one?
before.
I can't see the calendar.
No, I know.
But
Do you, are you meeting on the
It's
15th?
technology
yeah,
Getting
Yeah,
better and
looks
better
like-
every year, every couple of years.
15.
So,
Yeah.
so that's been good for us. We generate more power, less.
Well, Pete, I hope I didn't come across wrong, because my wife has told me on several occasions that I act like a
We
angry
put-
white man.
Ross down on the
course, I
15th
don't
or
believe
any,
I've heard the same thing
What?
from my
we
kids.
put Ross
so
down on the 15th.
We're in the same
Yeah,
category.
go talk to Go talk to our clerk and recorder.
It's a good, good important topic, so.
Eric,
Can you,
I
Eric,
can
can
put it
you,
on there, but what time of day?
what you got?
It's pretty
Um,
open, so
What's like 11 a.m. look like?
it's open.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna be discussing?
I would just like to see what thoughts and questions you have about this development agreement. You know, give you some time to digest it.
What day are you talking?
15,
15.
two-ish weeks from now.
did you email us too?
No, I will. At first, I wanted to get to you hard copy and I'll follow up.
Okay, you're on there for the 15th at 11.
Great. Thank you very much.
And you guys are on to road business now on your agenda.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Again,
Ross.
thanks for the extended
Nice to
time.
meet you,
Happy New
Pete.
Year.
Very nice to
Good
meet
to
Yeah,
see you.
nice to meet you.
Appreciate it. I didn't mean to stir anything up, just, nice to meet everybody. I'll just say that we're
Sure
starting off
you
the-
didn't.
Start off.
Sure you
with a bang.
didn't.
There you go. Nice meeting you, Pete.
Well, thanks so much.
I believe you.
Commissioners Todd, very good to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys.
Good to see you.
Drive careful.
Happy
Thank
New
It
Year.
was nice. Pete.
I really appreciate your time. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine. Thank
Pleasure.
you. All right.
Hey,
Have a
good to see
good
you.
day.
Always a pleasure.
Always good seeing
Good
you.
to see you.
You know, we always get the good, the bad, and the ugly about everything, and the best thing we can always do is be truthful. And I don't want to withhold anything, of course,
Yeah.
and I don't want you to withhold.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have Ross.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're very quiet about our opinions. you
Right,
know.
right. Don't do it on the county commission.
I've never heard a complaint. All right, you all have a good day.
What do you mean they wanna recount me, don't they? Or somebody come in here the other day wanting to recount me?
Yeah, kiss up, or what's it, Jacob?
Jacob,
Oh, the guy from,
the preacher on the corner,
Yeah,
he wanted to recount on your,
well, I come
you're
in,
the only one on there. What
I don't-
would there to be to recount? You get one vote, you're in. I mean, that's.
we went through that with one guy. Let's not do that again.
I come in with,
You got 4 votes.
I come in and Araya just opening the door, and I says, how's your day? She says, do you want me to tell you? And I said, sure. I should have just
You
say
should
no,
just
and
walk
she told me,
by.
she told me about Jacob coming in and wanting the county to furnish recall. County doesn't do recalls. Citizens can, but it's not a county job. Anyway, he give her the business about it. So,
Really?
Recall for you or?
Recall on me, I think.
I
well,
thought you said recount. I'm like, what do you mean recount?
recall.
Oh,
Recall.
Oh, what's land planning board doing there?
Um. 28 something.
Okay,
So is there anything new in your world?
Well,
Could
nothing
be wrong.
real new. We're still trying to.
county land information,
Yes.
land planning.
Like,
There
Still
we
get
go.
straightened up. I don't know if we're gonna make her.
How much we got in there?
It's gonna get cold.
Yeah, it's
Give me a
gonna really
second.
get cold.
We'll see. We'll see. About all I got left is, come out of Cherry Creek. Couple days up there and we'll have Cherry Creek kind of smooth back up. A little bit on 340. Then we'll probably start hauling gravel and fillings and pound.
Contract services,
You don't need to.
38,000.
You don't have to while you're home.
Yeah, they got plenty of money.
Oh, I'm hauling.
They get about $6,000 a year or something like that from the
I-
state.
That's what I
Something like that.
together to try to get some of it blended.
Sure.
Both ends are dirty, so I tried to blend it with the thinner and sure gravel a little more even. I did have something happen. I guess it was Thursday. Something weird. I went up Cherry Creek to check things out. I got a road grader, that old 770, we put the engine in, it's sitting at the T.
Yeah,
I drove by it, and maybe I ought to start that thing, see if it started, it's been sitting there a couple months, but I didn't. Well, we'll just bring the battery pack with us when we come out to get it, and make sure. So I drove up to your place, and drove back to see what we needed to do with, we got the blade up there. Got to town, I went out and bladed, finished your road. Christmas Eve, no,
Christmas Eve is on Tuesday.
but it was Thursday that this happened. Anyway, I get done with your road and I got some vacation to take, so I took the last 2 hours of the day off. Went home and took a shower and got ready for the poker game. Went down to have a couple drinks for the poker game and Owen calls me about 5 o'clock. He said, "You can shut this machine off?" What are you talking about?
yeah, we stopped there and that thing.
He said, "Well, it was running this morning and it's running now."
What the heck?
What the hell? And it's thought, that I wanted to start it, but I know I did not.
I can get on
Somebody-
me, I didn't start it.
Somebody went out and started it and no one jumped in and the key was off. But that one there, you gotta pull, it's like one of them old John Deere tractors.
You gotta pull the
Pull
throttle.
the shut
It's
off.
mechanical.
Yeah, you gotta pull the shut off. So I don't know what happened and how long it was running or,
Wasn't running when you went by it.
well, I didn't,
Didn't
I
stop
went
to
by
find
with the
out.
windows up.
Sure.
And I didn't, and it's a ways from that corner.
We stopped there because we were gonna go down to feed Owens, got us some cows down the road in Coles. And so we're gonna go to Coles and feed his cows and then we're gonna come back and then we're gonna feed over south. And we stopped there at that T and I parked the one out there and I get out and that road grader's running. I says, Todd must be gonna move this or something, or somebody must be gonna move
Was
this.
that the morning? Or,
Yeah, late morning.
okay.
And, so I figured, and then we come back after we got done feeding and I says, to Owen, I says, this thing's still running. I wonder where he went. I
Well, that's
figured-
exactly what I would've
I figured we went,
Yeah.
went over south to check
Check some roads. and let it
Jackson
warm
Roads
up,
and
yeah.
come back and then when this thing was, warming up and,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I seen Rick.
I don't know how long it's been running.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, we parked it there. We figured it out. I think it was August 8th or something. When last time it.
Oh, it run out of fuel.
Yeah, it would have run out of fuel a long time ago. We didn't.
How much fuel was in it?
I don't know. I was gonna go out there and I hadn't been out there since.
Owen shut it off.
Yeah, Owen shut it off for me. And I was gonna go out this morning and look and see if there was tracks or, but I ain't gonna see no tracks today in the
No.
snow, but I figured there was somebody out there maybe, over by the Clark's Reservoir or something got stuck.
And
They
used it?
Used it to pull themselves out and then they didn't know how to shut the damn thing off.
Well, wouldn't have the plunger been wrong in all the time?
Yeah, it's always.
Yeah, but
it's
they
always
might
in,
not
but-
know that that's
but
how you
turn
do
the
it.
key off, and then you gotta pull that,
Yeah, but you have to pull it.
to shut it off.
To turn it on.
No,
No,
because
turn it off.
once you shut it off, you just push it back in and it'll. start
Yeah,
back up.
Yeah, but it would have been out, right? Would've been
No.
pulled out.
If it was off.
Yeah, so if somebody come along to use it, it would have been pulled out. They would have known that you would have.
Don't you push them in?
We
when
push
you-
them in, as soon as the machine dies, we push them back.
Oh,
in.
you push them back
Yeah.
in.
The one on
So-
our scraper goes in itself. You don't have to push it in.
Yeah, on our John Deere, you pull it on the 4440.
Yeah.
And then I just push it back in,
Yeah.
shut the key.
Well, this one here, I think it goes about halfway.
Oh.
And then you just gotta finish pushing it in, and then it'll start right back up. But, I mean, that's where when I shut them off, I turn the key off and push, or pull it, shut the engine off, then push it back in, but that's the only thing I can think can happen. I don't know. I wanted to go out and see if there's any damage to it, or I was gonna go out there after this probably. And take a little fuel.
Well, his deal is, Todd should. If he's gonna let these idle, he says,
It should be idling, yeah, it should be idling.
Idling up a
He said
little
it,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's why he says, well, I said, well, you tell Todd that. I said, I ain't gonna tell Todd that.
Yeah, no, I know that, yeah, you idle them up a little bit. He said it was at the lowest idle,
or they'll blubber themselves to death.
but, yeah, I don't know how long. Yeah, it must have been about 5 o'clock or something when the woman called me to shut it off. Coming in for the party.
Oh, he's coming in for
Yeah, he
that.
was coming in for your birthday party. When you shut it off, but, yeah.
Well, I think.
It sounds funny when I said I thought I was gonna start, I was gonna,
You read
Started
your
to make-
mind.
it read my mind and started itself, but I know I didn't. I went around that corner both times. I never even looked at it. And I keep thinking, I know I didn't. Looking up, I know I didn't start that thing. Thought about it, but I never did. So I don't know what's going on out there. I seen Rich at the party and asked him if he seen anybody different out there running around, but he didn't. But I was gonna go out there today and top the fuel off because I don't wanna go out there and get it.
Yeah, you better take a jug of fuel
Run
fuel with you.
Fuel off.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how long it was running.
yeah, I don't either. He said the gauge is on empty, but I don't remember if that gauge worked or not. I don't remember. We've got a lot of gauges and stuff that don't work on that older equipment. It's kind of a weird deal. I
It
don't know
doesn't
what.
affect how they run though, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you're supposed to work, I got the crew, we were trained to fuel every night, no matter what you use, just top them off. And then tanks don't build condensation if they're filled. So,
It's easier to keep the top half full than
Yeah.
the bottom half.
Doesn't take any more.
yep. So I don't know what the deal was. I was gonna go out and see if there was anything damaged or. And then get, like I said, get the fuel top back off. But I didn't know, you guys seen anything out there that's any suspicious vehicles or anything?
Talk to Brennan. That's what you maybe,
Yeah,
Brennan. would be over
Brandon's
there.
up and down that quite a bit, besides you guys.
Robbie's not too much.
No. But anyway. I mean, I've had. Right there, that same T, my pickup was missing one day when I was blading out there. I didn't, wonder what I'm gonna do now, how am I gonna get home? Finished blading that stretch, went on to another stretch, and by the end of the day, my pickup was back and found out Cliff got stranded over at the Harms place or something, and he walked that far, and he didn't wanna walk the rest of the other 4 miles, so he used my pickup. Got Lila, went over, got their pickup, and,
Cliff, I guess, is on his deathbed.
yeah, I heard he is.
Had a couple surgeries. I know what happened, but
Oh,
it
this
sound good.
74, 75.
74 or 5.
is the kid.
Yeah.
I'm 75.
It's as old as you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, that's all I've got today.
Do I need to contact Eric Urban? Have you heard anything about the permitting on the
I
other?
haven't heard anything.
Have we heard anything from the BLM? Probably saw my email on,
On measurements, no.
yeah.
I emailed our seed guy. I haven't got anything back from him yet, but it's holidays. He may be too off to.
I think that's we're gonna run into some trouble with holiday.
Yeah,
in
you always
there.
do this time of year. Tough to get parts and, everybody's taking off a week here, a week there.
Yeah.
you know.
And that's okay.
And that's fine. Just try to whittle through it and.
Well, you're doing the right thing on your state, cause I contacted,
Yeah.
it went, saw my
Customer
balls.
service, customer service is,
It stinks.
it does, everywhere. You know, and this guy put together all that stuff, you know, and, yeah, that, as far as I'm concerned, that's good customer service there. You got everything put together and,
Deal with people that give you service.
yeah,
Even if it costs you smidge.
Yeah. it ain't no different than restaurant service or anything like that. It's,
You can count on it.
yeah,
You know, the BLM thing, they said we would know in November, and then it come and went, and then I did talk to her.
yeah, I seen your email, yeah.
And then she says, well, they had,
Their equipment's broke down.
well, no, she told me that this was being used by their biology side, this
Mhm.
piece of equipment. They needed it over there and she'd have it back in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks went by. 'Cause that was first December, a couple of weeks went by, and I questioned it again. Well, now it's broke down.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's hard to tell.
So it,
Hard to tell what's going on.
I don't wanna be honored about it. I don't want to do anything, but they sure push us pretty.
Yeah, they do.
You wanna
And
sign it and
that's
I'll
a big
sign it,
deal.
I'll
That's
take
what-
it, stamp it.
Making up that deficit. A big deal. That was a big deal in the world. That's why. we
Yeah.
started
Why do you think I ought to sign it too? Why?
Yeah, to make that deficit,
I
because that's what, Krista.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
just cause,
Yeah.
She wanted to
I
go
like to have two signatures.
east. She wanted to go north. We'll just deal with it.
Okay.
Have you had any applications?
As far as I know, no,
Nothing.
no. I think Hunter gave up. Sounds like he, decided the job's too hard.
Who did?
Hunter,
Job's too hard.
too hard, yeah.
Well, it's better to find that out now.
Yeah, yeah, I don't need a body. I need somebody to work. I don't need a body. So. Yeah, and why people aren't applying, I don't know. We added that wage to it and that's not helping. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the drug policy. I don't know. So we can't throw that out.
It's the money. I have a son that works as the vice president of construction outfit, and his buddy, they were over Christmas Eve day. They're $50 an hour.
Well, the oil field right now, truck driving's $35 an hour on average, and they're struggling looking for truck drivers too. So,
Did you look at that, which one too?
No.
Did it change?
yeah, I don't know what it is. He said you're gonna have, what's her face, this new gal in there, look at that.
What's that?
You said you're gonna have that new gal look at into it. What's her name, that Smith girl? Whatever, working with Sherry and Mariah.
Yeah, she's a secretary now.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't know why or not.
I'll walk down the
Oh,
hall
I put this
Walk down
under
all
the
together.
Milwaukee Bridge.
Julie,
No, the other one, Lindsay.
Lindsay,
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
and
Laney.
Laney.
Laney,
Yeah, Laney.
Dennis.
Yes.
He'll figure it out.
He'll embarrass himself.
I do terrible with names personally. I just,
Well,
That's
I've
terrible.
not dealt with her long enough to fix her
I
name.
saw Jerry Killen yesterday or the other day and I didn't recognize him.
Really?
Yeah, he's a lot fuller in the face and he just didn't look like Jerry Killen. Surprise.
Huh.
When he told me who he was, he no recognize me.
so that email,
Well, you haven't.
I guess not.
the email you sent out the other day, Dan said needs to be attached to the minutes. And he strongly suggests that you send it to me and I'll send it out to people.
What's that?
Anything you have to send to the other commissioners,
You want a copy of it?
I have a copy of it. Dan sent it to me and said that it has to be put in the minutes.
I
Yeah,
Your
your
rant and
windmill,
rave.
zoning in Prairie County, is there justification?
Yeah,
That one, yeah.
yeah, it can go in the minutes.
I know, it has to, but I'm just saying that if you send it to me and let me know you need something sent out, I can send it out and then it doesn't have to go through this process. It still ends up at the meeting, but doesn't look like you guys are discussing things behind closed doors or whatever. That's Dan's
I think
issue.
people are making a big thing out of nothing.
Well, that has to do with what Dan just dealt with in Miles City where they got sued and they won everything except for the fact that they were doing stuff just like you guys are doing. That lost them
They had ended
they
up
ended up
having,
paying $200,000 because they were doing similar things. And he just trying to save you guys from having that happen, that's all.
overly careful, I guess.
It's just stupid. You know, the other day I got over there and Johnny Killen says Shane Eaton called in.
Shane called
Says-
everybody in
says
the
you
world.
guys are taking our wind. Cause of northwest wind.
Shane accused John of taking the
Yeah,
win.
yeah, who's winning? You stealing my wind over there?
What?
Shane gets off on these tangents, but Killen says, he felt like saying, well, if I have an east wind that comes in and blows the shingles off my house, are you responsible for the shingles on my house because it's your wind?
And he didn't say it. He should have.
He says, this guy, cause I got tired listening to him. He says, well, you're not the only one.
Okay. Milwaukee. 30.
Here, you got yourself in there, I'll make you. And I need help getting on. You know, when you're up, you get it. Yeah. Oh. You better have some.
We told you the name about half wrong. It's Laney, not,
Lady.
yeah. We thought about it after you walked out the door. Finish your business.
Wanna do the minutes?
Sounds
Sure.
good. You read the minutes and I'll write the invoices.
Okay. Prairie County Board of County Commissioners Todd Devlin, Christine Kellner, and Dennis Teskey met in regular session at 9 a.m. And attendance Administrative Assistants Harry McNall, Road Supervisor Todd Henry, Brandon Duffy with Great West Engineering. Pledge of Allegiance called to order. 9:01 a.m. Commissioner joined the Zoom call with the Federal Highway Administration. The Montana,
What does MOA stand for? It was the document you
What?
guys signed, MOA.
Memorandum of,
Memorandum of Agreement. MOA is. It's actually, I can't think of the entire
Correct verbiage.
correct verbiage.
Okay.
Been signed and completed.
You know, it's on this one, but it wasn't on.
You got it. Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't do this on mine.
you need to relook. So when you open, so click just on the email. No, not on that. I want you to click here.
Here. See, and I got the box here. On my computer at home, it comes up with a little circle over here.
Oh, that's really weird. Cause this is the same email I've been sending you your homework one.
And,
You
and,
just forwarded it.
and that's, and I got it. So now we're in good shape.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
The holdup is pier designed by the US Fish and Wildlife. It's pier protection.
Okay.
We are changing the design to do and doing a cost comparison. They planned on splitting the bid, one for the schedule and one as an option. The schedule would be the bridge decking and the approach. The pier would be the option and may be done at a later date. Meeting with Doug Rome at 10 a.m. was canceled by Doug Rome. 9:41 a.m. Commissioners talked with road supervisor Todd Henry about road conditions, grading, and other related road department projects. Greg Berger, Shane Eden joined the meeting. Shane Eden stopped and spoke to the commission about roads, looking at its 1967 ordinance on roads. County Attorney Dan Rice joined the meeting. Additional conversation with industrial development suggested making a trip permits or weight permits. Questions that came up on bonding for road agreement. A short discussion on possible agreement with Nexteria that what terms could be put into the agreement. Shane provided concerns about permitting with the Federal Aviation Administration, Bureau of Land Management, Department of Environmental Quality, and others, and could create a grandfathering condition for NextEra. Dan Rice made the point that permits do not grandfather in a project because this is not a county permit. Dave's negotiation with NextEra should continue and the growth plan should continue as well. Shane asked if the commissioners have sent a letter and will send a letter to the state land board. He also asked the Montana Association of Counties.
I'm sorry, missed it over there.
What's that?
Just adding a
Has been
note.
sued during interim zoning. Any progress on our research into litigation over interim zoning? No, the commissioners have not looked into this.
We did send that letter to the land deal, right?
I don't know if you did or not.
I don't think we did.
Oh, I thought we did something and put it, we took a,
I thought we put one together and it got sent out.
and put it on letterhead. That's what I thought we did. But we didn't,
Well,
cause you'd have been in the middle of it,
from Dell, or which one are you referring to? What letter?
going to the state land board.
No. Nothing came through me to the state land board.
Okay. So
The only letter I've gotten recently was from Dell Trivia, which you guys were supposed to have.
I went to the
something.
governor for the,
Oh, that's what it
The
was.
stage go.
Did you catch that email from Dan?
I did.
So, just a reminder to you guys.
I know.
If you email, but all you have to do is forward it instead of having everybody in it, and then you don't have to do.
I did forward it.
You had everybody together.
You forward, reply to everyone instead of just reply.
So initially send it out.
I forwarded it with full intention of making it public.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you know that, because you can correspond, like send everything to everybody. Like how I
The
sent you
banner and how you
guys,
do it.
yeah, if you connect everybody in there, that is like a group meeting, so to say. It can turn into where you're gonna have a conversation. So if you, like, when I sent the AFR to you guys,
Which I couldn't open.
he just said
I
that
couldn't
too,
either.
but he was able to open it
I
here.
could open it on my county email.
So I don't know what's going on. I can open it. I can see that you guys have it. I showed him on my computer.
Yeah, I received it. I just can't open it and read it.
So you can view it on mine. I'm not printing that. That's a lot of pages.
Is it how many?
160.
Yeah, I won't have her do that. Cheryl prints stuff out for me. That's too much.
But if you sent it, like when I sent that, I sent it to Todd first, and then I took the same email,
Mhm.
forwarded to Dennis, and then I forwarded it to you.
Or you can.
It wouldn't open up on Mid River
Do
for
the
me.
same thing.
But it opened
There's
up
the-
on my county email.
DDD
I
or
may have to
not
go to the
DDD.
public one and see about.
BCC.
If you BCC it, then you don't have to.
Yeah,
Because it takes everybody's name off for yours.
Oh, yeah, if you BCC, you don't have to.
You need me to pat you on the back, you.
You'll pat too hard.
You were at Dan Rice replied to the concerns of damages.
Bottom of the first page.
I think I read it, didn't I?
The last sentence.
Dan Rice replied to the concerns of damage was the interim zoning and cash judgment. Meaning, what is Mako's interim zoning opinion on Missoula County's interim zoning? More discussion on zoning next door, Gundive LLC, 10:06 a.m. Commissioners reviewed and discussed Great West Engineering Task Force Order number 2. 10:06 a.m. Commissioner Keller made a motion to sign and accept the contract from Great West Engineering Task Order number 2. Limited update of the county growth policy, Prairie County Engineering Service on call, Great West Engineering number 1-20144, seconded by Commissioner Teskey. All in favor, motion passed. 11:08 a.m. Commissioners discussed the contract with Carmody and Holiday Legal Services. The contract has concerns as well as the fact that have an elected attorney already for the county. Discussion and need and usefulness of legal advice from this legal service. Dan Rice relayed that we may have already gained fees from this company to the land plan board's conversations with them. Commissioner Devlin entertained a motion. Commissioner Devlin says he will not support a motion and that he will confirm that the land planning board will use our elected legal advice for this project. That's a little confusing, don't you think?
I'm trying to figure out how to better word it.
11:16 a.m. Commissioner Devlin made a motion to reverse the motion of the land planning board to hire Rachel Zanosky and Kate Holliday, attorneys at law, made and passed on November 27th, 2024 meeting with the land planning board, seconded by Commissioner Kellner. Open for discussion. All in favor, motion passed. All commissioners in favor. 10:30 a.m. County Attorney Dan Rice provided commissioners with rules concerning public participation. He also talked to the commissioners about what is on the agenda and how items get put on the agendas. 10:40 a.m. Commissioner Keller made a motion to sign the zoning compliance from DEQ letter for the Stickle project, seconded by Commissioner Teskey. All in favor, motion passed. 11:50 a.m. Commissioner Devlin read minutes from the December 6, 2024 Commissioner minutes meeting. 12 p.m. Commissioners went to the Board of Health meeting in the courtroom. 1 p.m. Commissioner Devlin continued to read the minutes from the December 6, 2024 Commissioners meeting. 1:11 PM, Commissioner Kellner made a motion to accept the minutes from December 6th Commissioner meeting as corrected. Seconded by Commissioner Teske. All in favor, motion passed. 1:12 PM, Deputy Clerk and Recorder Ryan Walters provided commissioners with claims. Prairie County voucher 1072 for $552.29. 99. Mr. Devil made motion to accept the RM 88 for records that have met their retention dates according to the Montana Code 7-5-2132 for the Clerk and Recorder's Office, seconded by Commissioner Kellner. All in favor, motion pass. To 1:35 PM, Commissioner Teske made motion to sign the letter to Treasure State Endowment Program, Department of Commerce, seconded by Commissioner Kellner. All in favor, motion pass. 1:36 PM, Clerk and Recorder Terry Robertson talked with commissioners about meal reimbursements. 10:40 PM, Commissioner Teske made motion to use 16-19-28 General Service Administration rates for meal reimbursement, second by Commissioner Kellner. All in favor, motion passed. You know what we should say there? That wasn't your motion, but what we should say there is use the General Services Administration rates, period. Because then you don't have to go back and do it every year.
You want me to take that dollars from that?
No, that wasn't the motion though.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to
But when
remember
this comes
that.
up again,
Yeah.
just, if that's the way we want to go, that's the way we want to go.
That puts it in the minutes anyway.
Yeah, that's true too. You could, yeah, puts in the minutes. That's fair enough. Yeah, maybe we ought to do it your way.
We got a reference point then.
1:45 PM, Commissioners read Resolution 24-15.
That should be 25-15.
Okay. 1:47 PM, Sherry Robertson addressed the commissioners over the use of the courtroom procedures are not being followed and put to the calendar. The Clerk and Recorder's Office is now responsible for land planning board agenda or any other boards.
Not my job.
I got you gonna have a blank piece of paper here pretty quick for a job description.
I think that's her hopes.
2:05 PM, Commissioner Teske made a motion to accept the resolution 25-15. The resolution establishing public participation guidelines for public meeting of Prairie County Commissioners and Boards. Second by Commissioner Kellner. All in favor, motion pass.
I think we ought to have a copy of that at our public meetings.
Maybe we'll start reading it and take half the public time
Time
up.
Yeah,
2:10 PM, Commissioner Devlin, Kellner, and Teske signed the treasurer's ownership investment report. 2:23 PM, Commissioner Devlin read minutes from December 12th Commissioner and Land Planning Board scoping meeting. 2:29 PM, Commissioner Kellner made motion to accept the December 12th, 2024 Commissioner and Land Planning Board scoping meeting. Second by
That's
Commissioner.
corrected, sorry.
Seconded by Commissioner Teske. All in favor, you gonna say as corrected?
Yep.
Okay. 2:30 PM, Glenn Heights came and spoke to the commissioners about a broken window in the gallery at the Cameron Building. He said he would cost between $800 and $1,200 depending on the size. 12:55 PM, attachments from email correspondence. The commissioners added to as attachments to stay in public meeting law requirements. Rob,
Did I get his name right? Is that his name?
so you're talking about Rukoff?
I don't know, whoever was sitting in this corner over here.
Rob Rukoff.
that was Rob Rukoff.
Oh, okay.
REUKUF.
I almost remember how to spell it. I've spelled it so many times now.
Lonnie. Rob Rukoff, what is the reason for the commission not taking tax abatement off the table? He gave his thoughts on wind turbines and not allowing them into the county. Aaron Martinson should
Why
tax
did
abate.
he why does he think we took him off the table?
No, he wants them off the table.
Or-
Wants them off the
Yeah,
table.
why does he feel we not doing
Well,
that?
we were gonna use it as
It was
leverage.
a negotiation.
Sure
tool.
was. He screwed everything up. I told him that. He come up for tea and I said, you screwed up our whole negotiation.
What'd he say to that?
Well,
What, yeah, okay. Sorry,
that's, I jumped him about it.
well, I'm glad somebody did. Mr. Impatient,
Aaron Martin, should the tax base be considered? The Terry Tribune will make it harder for the scoping letter concerning tax revenue.
the Cherry Tribune coverage or story or whatever you, is that what you,
I think that's what your Terry Tribune coverage of what, of
it's not,
make it harder for the scoping letter concerning tax revenue. Will the commissioners respond to the article in the paper? Commissioner Devlin said, when we get some hard numbers. Yeah, we don't even have any hard numbers now. Department of Revenue sent us that letter and it don't say squat.
It doesn't say anything useful, no, nothing useful at all.
need to have a visit.
It
with
was written
Cheryl.
by an attorney.
I read that whole thing and I'm thinking,
Need to have a visit with Cheryl on that. She spent 2 days talking to other treasurers about the tax on it.
On Route Coffee spoke with the Terry Tribune writer and talked about putting an op-ed into the paper. He believes the numbers from the exterior represent the numbers of wind turbines in state and federal lands as well as private. Shaney committed commented on Glendive Wind LLC letter concerning construction. He questions when and does grandfathering come into place. He believes the letter is structured to allow NextEra and Glendive Wind to get permitted and start into grandfathering. Lucas Forsella from Crowley Fleck Attorneys and NextEra responded to Shane's comment. Also commented about the strong feelings from each side, and he feels there are strong benefits to the county. Further discussion on wind turbines and agreements. Shelley Harrington, how do you spell Shelley? Shelley C.
CH,
oh, it's CH, okay.
and it's LE.
CH.
E,
LELA?
CHELE.
Should it be two L's in that?
No,
Just one?
No, I think it's just one.
I think it's this one. Shelley Harrington, negotiation with wind company. Why would we negotiate with them? Take it or leave it offer. Sheriff Lewis asked about the proposed property taxes. Does that include the impact fees? 3:30 p.m. board member review of appointments by commissioners. 4 p.m. deputy clerk and recorder Uriah Walter spoke to the commissioners about county website. Americans with Disabilities Act added a ruling that all state and local government websites must be at a certain level of accessibility. We are not within the range. Could I get permission to start getting bids on website hosting for Gov website?
Thank you.
Commissioners agree or I should work on to look into what it will cost and take to make a new gov.gov website. 4:30 p.m. Dale Tribune with Greater Sage House Environmental Study Impact Study Update. He presented the draft of the letter to the governor for the commissioners to consider. It's a consistency letter.
How do you want me to put that in there? He presented a draft consistency letter.
Yeah. The deadline for comments to the governor is January 7th, 2025. Commissioner Keller made a motion to have Dale Tribby send a draft copy for the commissioner to prepare to send the governor, seconded by Commissioner Teskey. All in favor, motion passed. 5 p.m. Commissioners are meeting with the planning board. Lon Rukoff will visit with BLM about the process for NEPA. Will happen with the wind turbines, transmission lines to go across public lands. There are cooperators to help with the process and submit comments on et cetera on behalf of who they represent. It would require a cooperating agency status. The Land Planning Board will have a visit with Great West Engineering as well as a scoping letter completion. Tracy and Rini will help to put together a list of who to mail the scoping letter out to. Commissioner Devlin explained to the Land Planning Board that they will not be using outside attorneys as previously requested. We will be using the elected county attorney for these matters. Commissioners do not have any updates, nothing currently, but we will be putting the abatement on the agenda within the next couple meetings. Shane Eaton isn't the document sent as an application or a proposal. Dan Rice, no, there is no form for abatements that must be submitted. 225 meeting was adjourned.
I make a motion, we accept minutes as corrected.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to accept the minutes as corrected. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion pass.
Did we put a letter together and ask the state land board to postpone anything they're gonna do for a couple months?
Well, they're meeting in January again, and they're gonna bring it up again, and that's not the state trust lands. I don't think. 16 and 36 are. The Serb property, I don't think is school trust land. I think it's just,
I think it's just for private.
yeah, it's just managed by, it's just owned by the state.
Yeah, the state owns it.
The state owns it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sir Trust,
He
really?
donated to it.
Oh, that's how that goes. Well, Jim Swanson is custodial person, isn't he?
Kim Swanson.
The insurance guy from One Dive, isn't he the one that,
Well, I don't know.
was when they
Bob Phelan's got it at least.
yeah, but they redid some cattle guards and I don't remember what road they were working on. They had to get Jim Swanson to okay it so they could do it.
When was that?
2 years ago when they changed those cattle guards on top of that hill.
I'm not sure, but that gets us off track. My question was, could we send a letter before the January meeting of the state land board and ask them to postpone any decision for a couple months? Tell our land planning board has got something together for us to look at, so we have more information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would it carry weight
Well, it's,
from the
It's your county.
local government?
yeah. Yeah, ask them to postpone until we get more information.
Just,
More information.
I think that'd be prudent, just.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
And if we go through all this and we still, nothing changes, you're not buying time, but you get more information and being prudent. Cause there's so much of optics that we're getting crucified on now. It's just one thing we could take off the table. We wrote a letter, we asked. And they do what they're gonna do. We have a letter from us, Mike. Cause Lon thought he could have something with the land planning board within 2 months, didn't he? Didn't he tell us that? For bylaws to,
That's right, they're still working on their,
Well, they gotta work on their land use policy.
yeah,
that has to be done before they do.
I give them good line guidelines in that letter.
yes, you did.
They got good lines for land use plan.
Very good letter. I thought, why am I even sitting here? You just carried the whole weight. I thought it was a good letter.
Yeah, you know, you're gonna lose private property rights to a certain degree.
If you zone, yep.
If you zone, you're gonna lose, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. You lose
That's the
some
trade-off.
degree of, that's the trade-off. It's an opportunity cost, if you wanna call it that. It's economics. How much you're willing to sacrifice in order to gain something else. Pretty simple. But you can't have your property rights at full bore.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So there's, I mean, what you're doing is that you're protecting the existing uses. What you wanna do, what we wanna do is we wanna try to protect the existing uses that are essentially the same thing that's in FLIPMA, the Federal Land Policy Management Act of 1976, and that's what the BLM is trying to do too. So you're doing exactly the same thing as BLM if you want to zone.
Would you guys like me to scan in that document that Nextera gave us and send it to Dan? Cause he's not gonna be here today.
Yeah,
The
that,
one he just gave us?
yeah, he needs to look at it.
Yeah. You don't have your
Oh,
phone, so you can't write the letter. Hey.
here, I got a machine for you.
What else have we got? What's this about county bridges?
You're all ready to go.
She's got county bridges down on the agenda. We just gonna touch on them or what? Do we know anything? I talked to Brandon about the hydrology report on the Mildred one and the Cabin Creek one. And my Cabin Creek Bridge has gotten swept to the by side, I think.
You know, when I talked to Ryan Enke,
Uh-huh.
he told me to make sure we get that on our list,
The Cabin Creek
the
one,
Cabin Creek one.
that was our number one priority and nobody's paying attention.
We need to probably just make contact and reiterate. Because Mildred Bridge, the hydrology is the only issue. It's functional, it works. It needs to pull it out and redone, but,
Yeah.
and that,
We were in hopes to get the paperwork done so they could get,
yeah,
we could
and
get bids
but
put
I think-
out in
I
the spring.
think Brandon's dealing with that, getting the hydrology and those things done. And
That was my impression.
yeah, that's what I thought, cause he was here and we talked to him
Yeah.
about it. I don't remember if Todd was or not, but you and I were talking to him about that. And it was on his list, and of course, he's busy with that.
Well, that's what he told me about the Cabin Creek one. He said it's on my list.
But
Okay,
Ryan did want us to get that make sure that's on the list because they have money to fund that.
Yeah.
Harry, can you write a letter real quick, a short note, get on Word?
yeah, give me just a second here.
You don't like that either, huh?
Well, I am on email.
Oh.
Word is-
Do any of you guys want a digital copy of that letter?
What letter?
No, we
The
got a
one from,
paper copy. We got a hard copy.
Nextera this morning.
That draft they gave us.
Oh. Yeah,
So
the bridge, I mean, the road agreement and
Well,
whatever.
the
the draft
proposal that he gave you this morning,
proposal,
do you want that
development
in
agreement.
a PDF?
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be fine.
alright.
I don't.
Alright, I sent it. Okay, now let me get Word up here and I can do something.
I am going to,
So what are we gonna write here?
State, letter to the state land board that the Prairie County Commissioners' wishes are for you to postpone till,
I
to a
don't know
further
if they need to
date,
be put in the agenda, in the minutes or not, but we submitted.
your decision on
Okay.
Okay,
the state land property that's going to have wind power in Prairie County.
no, come on.
They're meeting on, I think they're meeting on this 15th or 16th. I think.
I think you're right. I think it was either one of those days.
Until at least when? At least March or April or? I think it'd be better to give them a date than say a couple of months. And if you give them some sort of month date or something.
Their April meeting. They could give us a little.
Is it April the next time they'll meet? I guess it will be, won't it? Till their April meeting. Yeah. You know, if I have to find the address for the state land board. How are you?
Okay, how you guys doing?
Good.
Oh, that's a cute little.
Okay, so what I wrote was the Prairie County Commissioners, Todd Devlin, Christine Feltner, and Dennis Teskey respectfully ask that you postpone any decision on the Glendive Wind Project LLC until your April 2025 meeting. The Prairie County Land Planning Board is in the process of updating the growth policy and would like to have that in place before your decision.
That would be good.
Does that sound good?
Yes, it does. Because the growth policy, I think it holds more clout
Here,
than
here
probably
you go. There's
zoning.
your land board. There's your members. And it's the NRC. And that's what they're giving for contact for their headquarters. And
Okay, I'll look it up. I can look it up on
Okay.
here too. Let me get. Are you in on the agenda for something right now?
Yeah, it doesn't have my name, but I'm here for resolution 25.
Okay, let
16
me
and
jump back
25.
over here. Give me just a second. Kristen?
Yeah, it was good. I took my kids to Laurel and they're hanging out with Nana and Papa until Wednesday. We'll go and get them on Wednesday.
oh, so you're honeymooning. Life is just as good as it, no, kids need that time. And you
Yeah.
need that time.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, is Christine coming back? Do
I
we,
hope so.
should we wait for her? Is she nearby?
She didn't leave the building, I don't think.
Okay. Maybe I'll go see if I can find her, but so, resolution 2516 is the, resolution establishing the locations for the posting of public notices. And that's the one I'll have you guys look at for,
Thank you.
boss, we need you, we got some resolutions.
Okay, let me get my papers put together so I don't lose them.
Okay, Christine will be in just a second. Yeah, nothing is actually changing on this one. It's the same, yeah, the only thing I changed on that one is the years and all of that jazz.
You have to do this resolution every year. Is that just part of it or?
It doesn't actually, like, from what I could see in the code, it doesn't actually say that it has to be done every year, but it's something that we've been doing every year, so. Or like every couple of years,
I was just curious.
yeah. I'm not really sure, honestly. And I would have asked Dan, but I just kind of forgot to ask Dan, so.
You know, what I like about it is more information out for people to read it, update it every year.
Keep it in their minds. Yeah, because we want more public participation, so
Yeah.
if we're making it known where our public locations, posting locations are every year, I think it's a good thing.
I do too.
It's required though, isn't it?
In the code, I didn't see where it was required every year, but it is required for you guys to set them, so I don't know if we're doing it more than we technically need to or not, I don't know. But this is resolution 2516.
2516 is basically posting for the courthouse here on the bulletin board, front entrance, and over at the post office on their bulletin.
I make a motion to accept resolution 2516.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say hi.
Aye.
I said say hi.
I'll go with aye.
Must be a little fancy today.
We're a little frisky. We don't have our telephone.
Can I see that after you sign it, Todd?
Yeah.
Once you guys sign it.
So the second one, resolution 2517, this is the one that we are changing a little bit. I had Dan's direction on how to write it all up. Basically in the therefore now if you resolved part one is how it used to be. It says Prairie County hereby adopts for county employees and elected officials the mileage and lodging as established by the state of Montana for state employees. And then we split out into section number 2 for DM rates will be set as follows. And then these are the numbers that you guys gave me. So if you want to take a look at it, make sure everything looks peachy keen.
What is the county's rate? Do they get,
For mileage or for,
We set that last time, didn't we?
That's what this resolution.
Oh, okay.
you guys gave me permission to add it into the resolution, doing the meal rates at 16, 18, and 29, which is what the out-of-state MICO rates are.
Right.
And then I left the mileage and lodging are as established by the state of Montana for state employees. So that's still 65.5 cents for mileage per mile. And then lodging just depends on the town.
You need a motion?
the old way was that you got okay. The state pays 16, 18, and 29 without receipt.
Right.
And if you have receipt, they'll pay up to that much. But if it's not that much, that's what they pay.
They pay on the receipt.
They pay on the receipt. So if you don't have a receipt, what I'm thinking is that if you have receipt, you get up to this. And if you don't have receipt, you go back to the old, and that's what you get without receipt.
Oh, so that would have to be reworded. So you guys might not be able to sign it today because Dan's not in the office to help me rewrite that part.
I would really like to see not as much,
Not a standard deduction.
not a standard deduction.
A real one.
If they, okay, fair enough, if you have receipt, these are up to this. If you don't have receipt, then you
Go back to
the
the
old.
8.5, 8.25, 9.25.
So you're just saying pay off receipt instead of those numbers.
No,
Up to
No.
those numbers.
That gives you a choice.
if you don't have receipt, you get the old,
rate, but if you have a receipt,
you get up to this.
okay, up to that, okay, that's what
Okay, so
so
I
it's $12
think,
instead of 16. You're paid it to $12 because you have that receipt and it's more than the $6. That's all you're saying in there.
Right.
yeah, okay. So, I don't think I'll be able to get a hold of Dan to get this rewritten for today, so this one we may
You
have to
just,
put back on
yeah,
the
you just put it
agenda.
with receipt and then you put another list without receipt.
Yeah, so
Up
it'd be
to-
something like per diem rates for Prairie County will be set as follows, like
Morning.
real cost with receipt up to these amounts, without receipt, and then these amounts, and then just have the old ones, or,
Because I don't think if you got, this is pretty significant rate.
yeah,
Well, even with receipt, I mean, well, the breakfast, that last hotel we were at
Was
was $15
$15.
for
Yeah.
breakfast. Your
okay,
8.25 don't do you much good with that.
no, like not even
So
a
you'd be
McDonald's or
more
anything.
like-
Never mind. Never mind. I just,
Yeah, I see
Well,
where
it
you're
could-
coming from.
I mean, I like what you're saying, Todd, because it could save the county money, because if somebody goes
if it
out.
saves the county money and doesn't treat its employees correctly, then you got that, that's part of your responsibility too.
Yeah, that's true, because somebody could go and spend $29.
Well, the amounts that you've got listed are conservative,
Well,
what
right
they're
now,
costing.
yeah, right now it's 16, 18, and 29. For 16 for morning, 18 for midday, and 29 for evening meal. And we got those rates from Mako's website for the
Right.
out of
Out
state
of state.
GSA,
rates. Yeah, there was an acronym, I don't remember what it is.
Did they
It's
give
a
an
federal
in-state
rate.
amount?
Well, the in-state amount was that 8,
8.25, 9.25, 16.
yeah, something, yeah. So that's the in-state Mako rate.
Well, maybe we want to do our own rates.
I mean, we
Go
can,
in between.
yeah, we could do that. I mean, I think, oh no, Treasure County, the one that we looked at the last meeting, they went with the out-of-state rates, but that was before, the out-of-state rates are going up, like, I think in January. So
they're
we
gonna
used,
increase them.
well, we used the increased rates, but the one that we had looked at used the previous one.
How much was it?
whatever we should do, we should keep it simple.
Let's just go with this.
Okay.
All in
I
favor?
don't think our people are exorbitantly in
No.
what they're spending. I think they're all pretty
But if
conscientious.
they go to McDonald's and they get a Happy Meal for $6 or whatever it costs, and they throw the receipt away and claim the 29. I guess that's their business.
Well, I mean, right now is the time to get it changed for the next year, if you wanna get it changed.
I just
and
don't
it's-
see our people doing that.
Well, most places require a receipt to get reimbursed. I mean, businesses do. I don't know about counties, but it shows proof that you actually spent the money on it, because it's not a per diem, like, oh, you get $29, do whatever you want with it. The per diem doesn't require a receipt, so if you're. gonna
Mako
do it,
doesn't require a receipt. You get up to a certain amount.
And that's how we've done it all along since I've been here, is just, you're gone for the morning meal, you get $8.25 regardless. You could skip breakfast.
Right.
Still get $8.25.
Exactly, and that's your business.
That's your business, yeah. But do you want to keep it this high and not have any proof required, or not? Because it all depends on what you three are comfortable with when it comes to budget stuff, so. How do you think we'll serve our constituents the best way?
People, our courthouse people don't attend the meetings that they are, all of them that they are scheduled for.
Privy to,
Yeah, they usually attend one or maybe two. And
I
I
think
just,
you have to treat your employees, if they're gonna go out and do county business
They oughta
outside
be
and go, they ought to be
taken care
reimbursed,
of.
be taken care of.
yeah,
Okay,
If you're talking about a road grader, that's one thing, but you know, on this, I think we're tripping over pennies
Yeah,
Just-
I would rather see somebody
Just keep it easy.
get $6 too much than
Well,
not pay for their meal.
I mean, realistically, if a person goes, like when Sherry and I go to Helena for our training, we're only being reimbursed for the meals, but we're spending extra money on additional drinks that we couldn't get at home or additional snacks or that kind of thing. So I mean,
It evens out.
it does ensure that the people are being taken care of, as Todd said. So I mean, however you guys want.
Let's
that's how
just
we
do
can
it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Who made the motion?
I did. Who
I
seconded?
seconded.
Christine seconds.
And I said hi.
No, you didn't. You had to be prompted.
You want this one too?
Yes.
Okay, that's all that I've got. Did you guys finish up the board member stuff?
No.
Okay,
I
They
did
haven't
my
got there
part.
yet.
okay.
Who'd you call?
Mark Delata.
Oh.
He already had, Tate Peel to replace Dan Harrington.
Yeah,
Oh.
thank you. And then you guys, did
And that covers a territory that we didn't have anybody
You
in.
guys call and ask him, because Mark said when he talked to Sherry this morning that he hadn't talked to him for a while over it, so
yeah,
did anybody actually call and ask him?
No,
You might.
I left that in Mark's
Yeah.
pocket.
Might be surprised to find out he's on the land planning board.
Yeah. Prairie, the predator control.
Predator Control
Yeah.
Board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that word.
That one too.
And then, did you get the message from Rolane that, I think it was Abby Tibbetts is stepping down for the, library board?
Oh, that was something that was gonna be reported today.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Christine.
yeah, Abby Tibbetts.
Yeah, she signed it in black.
Signed it in black. Somebody's gonna yell at me now. Somebody lit a
Yeah.
black pin into
I
this
just
place.
got you guys a bunch of blue pins. Oh, no, no.
Oh my
We
goodness.
don't
can't
do
use-
pins,
I
Christine.
can't use it over there.
No, cannot. Now make sure to grab a replacement that's blue.
Do I need to timestamp both of them or just claim form?
Just a claim form.
There just might be some uncertainty there.
I'm not running away. I will be right back.
Okay. And then there's also, if you guys, this isn't a commissioner thing necessarily, but if the, Gary Fifely is stepping down from the hospital.
Who is?
Gary Fifely?
Yeah.
And that's an elected board. So that's not something you guys handle, but if you guys know of anybody that you think would be a strong person for that hospital board, let them know that there's an opening and then they come to the elections office and fill out a declaration of intent.
So do they have to have like a election then? They send out ballots or something, or?
Yeah, there'll be an election during the school election if more than one person files.
Gotcha.
And that's legal though.
What?
There you are.
Thank you.
Gary Fifely stepping down. We didn't give him permission, did we? Then he kept.
No, he's gotta get permission.
Yeah, right. Okay, you guys
Either
can
that
fight.
or die.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
you guys can fight Gary Fifely about that, cause I think he's ready to actually retire for realsies. But yeah, he came in and told us that he doesn't intend on filing, and the hospital district knows, but I haven't had the time to contact them to see if they have
Somebody.
any ideas. Yeah, I mean, yeah, many ideas.
This will be put on letterhead, but I want you guys to read it and make sure it looks exactly how you want it before I have them do that.
Christine Kellner. You just put Christine.
Hmm?
You just put Christine.
Oh, on the top, I only put Christine. Yeah, I need to fix that. She'll feel left out if I don't hear. And it should be that instead of the in place. I think.
Yeah, that.
Yep, got that. And it looks like there's an email address I can send this to their secretary directly.
Sure.
And we can mail it too if you want, and I can scan it, whatever you guys want.
Both.
We gotta do both.
Okay.
Let's do both then. Then we did due diligence. Short and sweet to the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Devlin, Christine and Dennis Teskey.
I got Christine Keltner fixed there.
Okay.
I missed your last name. Too many things at once.
You like that?
Hold still.
Okay.
Good luck.
Like to have it in that last sentence, don't look
I'd
right.
like to have that in place before your decision.
Okay,
He already did.
all right.
Okay, I'm gonna get it put on letterhead there, and then you guys can look at it.
And I'm gonna sure let you use my blue pen to sign it too.
I can probably find one if I look in the right place.
No. Pretty impressed. There was Brecky was there. He's the real estate guy or the, not real estate. Uh, good attorney for, wills and stuff like that.
Oh, probate, estate.
Yeah, estate stuff. Brecky was there. He's retiring, but the guy that was there, he was there for his swearing in too, Nick's swearing in,
They must have went to school together.
yeah, Sid Thomas, the Chief Justice of the Ninth Federal Court, lives in Billings.
What did Murnion do?
He was district judge.
Oh. I guess I knew that too. So he's retired.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other letter that we did, Dennis,
So
that you were thinking about.
before I do payroll, I want to share something with you because we should have put it on the agenda, but anyway, we've had some stuff going on in our office where we've been asked for some certain things, and one of it was to do a recall on an election. So we've been checking that. So I got an example of a recall petition from another county that is actually in the middle of it right now because of their fire district.
Can I ask a question? It seems odd to me, but does the county keep those kind of things in a file for like an agenda? You have that for a purpose. Would we have that as a county? Would that be a normal thing to carry for a document?
We don't do a recall itself, and we don't have that kind of documentation. I just got off the phone with the state to make sure I was corrected. It's code and it's statute. I can give you that exact. I think it's 2-6, section 6 on a recall, how you do a recall. But in order for any recall, you have to prove it's an alleged that whoever you're going to recall the election on has violated code.
Sure.
So it's an alleged.
Who'd you
have to prove that.
violate? Who'd
You
you
have
violate?
to do it in a petition
Me?
form. So, but they create the petition. And then they have to bring it back to our office of which, and you should get legal advice in creating that petition. And then you bring it back to our office for approval. That's the only process that we're in on it. And then they have to get signatures. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because this recall, which is going on, it is in Connor Fitzpatrick, which is, I think, Missoula County. I'll check to make sure. But part of it it's all about your, public, uh, participation in your meetings. So they're getting them, and I'm just pointing this out to you. Part of the alleged is creating business by emails. So you guys may want to look at this. This is the petition, and they will be having an election on the recall of their fire district in March in this county. So that's not very far in the past, but I just was sharing
They
it.
got enough signatures on this?
We're assuming they're gonna have it. Again, I talked to Connor Fitzpatrick on it, but just read that petition. And it's all about, sorry, it double-sided it. It's the same thing on the back.
I was reading with commissioners, you have to have 15% of the registered voters.
At the time of the last election.
Yep, and you have to have 15% of your district registered voters signed. There's two different requirements for a commissioner.
So, I'm just sharing so that,
Who are they
The
going after
voters or
me?
people that voted?
no, it would be your registered voters at that time. So it would be inactive voters of a 2024 election, which would be our last election. So I can get you those numbers and it would be 15% of that, but they would have to come back to us. The petition can still come in. It's just whether the election would occur would be, it'd have to have the 15.
Right, so if you had 800 registered voters, you'd have to have 15% of that 800.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
that
have
was
to
my
have
question.
15% of the district he belongs to.
And then 15% of that.
So just to, I just wanted to let you know that, but, the main thing on this whole petition on this is that they were not following public participation, which is where they're catching them in the MCA. And but they have to specifically, as it shows in here, it's given date.
Right,
So our recommendation to you guys, is quit the email stuff.
right.
Just stop it.
But Dan told us to send it to him and then he could send it out to us.
But he needs still, even
Like
when
carbon
he
copy,
sends it,
yeah.
he has to send it
Individually.
to you and then Todd. You can't have all of you on there. You can't even have two of you on there.
Yeah, he
Because
said
that's
we
a
could
quorum.
blank carbon copy, which doesn't, it sends it in the same email, but it doesn't send it as if it was the same email.
Yeah.
Well,
You-
there's a lot of misinformation out there. And of course, you know, everybody has a little bit. You have some, I have some, everybody, and you try to learn as you go. One thing that was told me this past week about the presiding officer, which is you, that you can't vote. Well, when I looked it up, Montana Code annotated 7-3403, role of the presiding officer of commission. The presiding officer of the commission may be referred to as mayor, Mr. Mayor. All members of boards and committees must be appointed by the presiding officer, you, with the consent of the commission. That's us. The presiding officer must be recognized as a head of a local government. You are our head unit and may vote as other members of the commission. See, they
I
told me
knew
you
that.
couldn't vote
I
and
know.
you can vote.
Well, you just full of shit.
What's that?
You heard me.
Well, some of them, some places, the head or the chairman is only voting the tiebreaker.
Only individual I know of that votes on a tie is the president of the Senate in the US
In
Senate.
the US Senate.
That's the vice president of the
Yeah.
United
I
States.
hate
that
to
votes on
tell
a
you,
tie.
but it would always be a tie for most cases anyway.
Yeah, if there was.
If there's only three of you, if you're saying that you want that third and you would.
It makes no it makes no difference on the result of a vote if I vote or not.
And not
I
only
only
that,
vote on tie.
your secretary is
I
supposed.
thought
to
about it, it makes no
be
difference.
Recording 2-1, so what it are 2-3. So is he always gonna say they abstain? So you also need to look at the secretarial side of it because they have to record exactly how it was voted. So what do you do? There's 3 commissioners. If they're not allowed to vote.
And you have to have pretty good reason to abstain.
So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you because this is an active petition. So really watch the
Information.
Your most concerning thing to me is you guys gotta figure out how to put a kibosh on emails.
How about if we email each other about hunting? We could talk about hunting, can't we? Just not county business.
That's county business.
It's county, but
Hunting is?
Yep.
if you're using,
Bring the,
basically you're using your, especially while you guys don't have your county emails, which you should probably have county emails too, but, that's where you do your business. I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah, no one's putting anything here.
Oh, here's timesheets. Do you want timesheets?
please. Thank you.
You can keep that.
Oh, thanks.
I printed it for you.
For me.
I printed it for,
Well, who, they say they're recalling me? Who's recalling me? The guy who.
well, it's not. So my office is where me and Dan Rice and Kiefer are meeting this Thursday. So we're gonna come up with some things and then we'll bring more stuff to you guys because my office got kind of bombarded one day when I wasn't here. And then I tried to,
Mediate things.
well, the day I was back, they came back for some more and I tried to stay out, but I'm not in agreement on how my staff was being treated. So I did step in. And so we're just moving into more steps and I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's and I'm handling what I need to handle in my office and we're gonna handle the rest moving forward. So
Do they have this information?
no, I called today because it was recommended that I call, they called above me. They wanted me to call above me because I wasn't doing my job. And I was in confusion on who's above me for me to call. So I called the Secretary of State's office and he laughed and told me there really isn't an
There
above
is
me.
no. Above you.
But I wanted his guidance on the recall because they're adamant about that I am to provide them the information. So I am going to give them an example of a petition. And that's how I'm showing that I'm not ignoring the request. But this is all I can do because I cannot give them any legal advice and then I can tell them what code they need to reference.
What's interesting is when you quiz people about the information you just received, well, where'd you get it from? The guy down the street.
Yeah. When I asked him for who to contact that was above me, I was told I just needed to do it because I don't know how to do my job. So,
Your boss is the general public. of the
well, which he
county.
told me, he's my boss. He pays my wages. So I needed to do what he wanted me to do, so.
It's the same individual that we had in here before. I think he did. I don't think he pays any taxes.
He does.
Does he?
Checked. I'm willing to give him $20 because that's pretty much all he would put towards my wages, but I don't think that'll work.
I don't think that's what he wants.
Sorry. I should not have said that.
Well, the last time he was in here, he didn't even have his vehicle registered, but now he does.
My whole office would give $20 a piece, which would do more than.
A chicken.
So,
You can't give a refund. It doesn't work that way.
Do you take popcorn and trays?
Well, we didn't mind a year ago or 2 years ago with the mosquito district. We weren't in lockstep and it's been going on a long time. Just pick a reason.
Oh, he's the same guy that was on the mosquito, right?
Yep,
Yep.
one of them.
I believe he might have some guidance from someone. I'm not sure.
Who lives on the
Yeah, I
north
got a
side?
pretty good idea.
No, they moved away.
Oh,
Could be.
Yeah, we got lots of recommendations.
Just to let you know, the Secretary of State's office on this.
So,
Oh, did they?
I told him the only thing is that I took everything out of me to say. Pecs were more they were respectful of my space. This person was not respectful of my space. So we might be looking at another security camera.
that orange notice on the door. Maybe we need to get several of those to
It
pass
would-
out.
It wouldn't have mattered there. We're doing some stuff. Like I said, me down and Kiefer are meeting this week.
But
Like on this voucher, is that a yearly? That's not monthly, right?
Is this Workman? No,
Yeah.
PRS is monthly,
That's a monthly deal.
but PRS is, you have to know.
But that's for
half of
everybody.
yeah, that's for everybody.
No, he
Half
wants
is
to sign
also
it, and so do
been
the other commissioners, so.
Need to
paid.
read it
PRS,
first.
you pay out of your check as well as
Right.
the county pays.
Right.
it. So half of that, about half,
Okay, cause that's out of the sheriff's, that says, so is that just department or is it all?
no, one is sheriff.
One is sheriff's and rest is PER. Okay, now I get it.
So PRS is
Okay.
this one and sheriff is this one.
Okay, I'm cool all
They're
day.
together.
Yeah.
SRS is sheriff, PERS is the rest of the employees.
You got the boat tipped up, right?
Actually, Laney did most of payroll.
How'd you do it?
It's just a
Is
lot.
there some
to-
checks or anything to?
He's-
he wants something to do.
Oh,
Dennis took it all.
Sign that and give it to Harry. Please.
thanks, Harry. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Did you go see my husband this morning?
Oh, I didn't.
I had to take him to he's got bronchitis really bad.
You know, I walked out of church yesterday acting, coughing, sneezing like you.
Yeah, I finally, yesterday, when we got, well, not that we slept very well. I said, I need to start tweaking, so we're taking you to the,
We're gonna give you a shot.
I took him to
Walk
the
it.
gal did not even, she heard him cough once and she's like, yes, bronchitis.
Give him a Z-Pack.
Z-Pack and steroids.
You know, there's a huge deal going on in Seattle. Brother just about killed him. This is for you too, Tyler.
Okay.
I was gonna go to Harry.
Well, we gotta, Christine's gotta sign them.
Harry can do it and then Christine.
Okay,
So is he doing better?
He's on, I think so. Went to work this morning. Brady had to work for him a couple days.
I saw Brady yesterday, one day.
Oh. And then, I told him he didn't. Brady was wondering if he had to work today and I said, no, I don't think so, your dad. He went this morning. He actually got out of bed this morning.
These babies are growing up all fast.
I know, aren't they?
I picked on them a little bit yesterday and they
I wish B would grow though.
were cruising pretty hard yesterday.
I think he's gonna be our little man. Thinking, husband's like right there. He's gonna pass him up.
Are there only 4 vouchers or is there more? Oh, he's got more. Okay.
Did you guys finalize your board people so that I can do
No.
for 1 o'clock?
I don't know who's left to finalize. I did my list.
Or are you just gonna tell me at 1 and then I'll put them on the sheet?
Place up, just listen to the voice in the background. Listen to the little voice in the background. I think he looks like it's killing him in a minute.
You don't get the people. You're hurting at people. This is back in. Yeah, and that's hurt. Did he turn good? He did good. I think Amanda's gonna get to be a sprinter with that new toy.
Older. Goodness.
That might not be the one that, I mean, he just clocked 100 miles an hour.
Oh. Press the gas, give it some gas. Well, we were gone, they looked yesterday. Yeah,
Anyway, those boys got a little car.
yeah.
I got a video and I mean, the middle one is talking 100 miles an hour with this car going past. And it's little kids.
Sunday, and then they left today. So,
I'm like, what you're referencing.
all those days. Yeah, no, it's always good, you can always drop it here.
So this is for us, huh?
Yeah.
I missed one.
You missed one, missed the big one.
I sure did.
You guys have an outgoing mail stack somewhere, Sherry?
It's all good.
I can keep it.
There's a basket on top of the file cabinet on the first right inside the treasurer's office.
And I will email this to them as well, so they'll get it.
Then we have some, claims, the end of month. Like cell phone checks and other things that needed to be done. Here, Todd,
Yeah,
you
you
can,
can sign those.
you get to sign the check.
Yeah.
Was there just one individual coming in to ask for recon or was there just the one? I know. I guess there's one guy who didn't pay off.
Only one guy you pissed off.
You missed it.
Missed him. Must not have been on the mailing list.
Hey, boss, you want me to send the boys over?
It's the Blaine, boss, it's the Blaine.
And point some of this stuff.
Maybe two.
Okay,
You'll be back.
Unless Todd, you wanted to catch up with me before I left.
no, that's fine.
Afterwards, good?
Yeah,
All right. You guys a little bit.
Hey, did that magnesium work?
I'm hoping so. We had given her some for him, but that stuff you gave is so much better because it's diluted more. And so that works better for babies. The stuff I
And
have.
when he mentioned it, I was like, have you guys tried this? And
He didn't know
Sleeping?
that's what I gave it for sleeping
yeah,
and for.
magnesium
and for
and stuff,
his
yeah.
we have amazing, I have an
Yeah,
amazing,
stomach.
the people out of Glendive. We stock it in our store,
Yeah.
the magnesium spray.
I want to catch up with him first and then after that, I think you guys can pull me in.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that way we're all, four of us are on the same page with the information.
yeah.
Because otherwise it's a meeting. Okay, all right, talk to you guys.
Where's she going?
I think she said she needed to go.
Oh,
Is that what she said?
I didn't catch the part of it. Not-
Christine, you want me to sign?
Sure.
It's normally your job. I don't wanna mess with your job.
You go ahead.
There's some stuff over there. Did you sign all that stuff?
I signed a pile of stuff.
Yes, I think she's going to lay down.
Or
I think we
must
signed
be
everything.
kicking in. But
Well,
she
if I'm
better-
listening to Jeff, I don't think they slept very well this weekend.
Probably not. They had an upset little boy.
Yeah. So when Jeff came in, I don't think Jeff had had any sleep. By my understanding, when he came to get coffee. I talked to him about the magnesium spray that we had. That's what I was asking, and I just sent one with them to say to try it, and then if it worked, then.
And
Yeah.
he was about to get everybody.
I told them, well, it'll work for you anyways, if it doesn't work for them, but yeah, the magnesium spray, we carry it.
Hmm.
At our store.
But
It
you,
just baffles my mind that we have to pay them $1,300 to send our financial report in.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
no, it's stupid. Absolutely.
Oh, and then there was a new requirement this year. I'm like,
They
I
slipped something new
submitted
in
it.
on you?
I submitted and I don't understand. It's not submitting, blah, blah, blah. And so I had to call them. And by the way, my carry gal moved up, so I don't have her anymore. I don't know who is assigned to me.
No, great.
And I'm like, you guys should have sent me a letter. But anyway, you have to submit a trial balance of the year before it will accept your AFR. And I'm like, well, then can I just submit that? I don't have to do the AFR? Right?
You know what, I struggle with it. Our government is telling you wanting more and more, now you gotta do this.
They don't even look at it.
Yeah,
though.
and what really.
Yeah,
you know,
they take it out of the envelope and file it
They don't even do that.
and keep it in the
I
envelope.
file it on
Yeah,
the
you-
internet.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
file it.
they put it in.
No, they don't.
What did they throw it away?
They look through it, see that you submitted it. I
Check the
believe,
box.
check the box and then it's accepted.
Oh, what?
Prairie County, did they send this in? Yep,
Submitted and it'll say what date.
that cost you $1,300.
Yeah.
I guess,
I'm gonna send them a black ink pen.
Cause I don't it's a check of the box on the internet, not on a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you had a piece of paper, probably was there too. You didn't miss one, Dennis.
Yeah, I don't make it, am I wrong?
this is what you send them.
This minute, I'm trying to be thoughtful.
And then I had a heck of a time because they wanted in detail our trial balance. It was 1,300 pages.
I would suggest getting rid of that before you leave.
Unbelievable.
There only two places that we triple sign?
I think so.
There's another one. Well, I didn't sign that, huh?
Just, there's only 2 pages of triple I need.
Okay. Those look like they were all on the same one.
I
3,
was so worried about you signing that.
There's 3 of triple?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This peanut brittle is really good, Dennis.
How come one is a lighter color and one's a darker?
How long I.
There's 2 in front now, and
Oh,
Because
There's 3
you're
sign
using
me.
2 different size bowls.
What's
I was
that?
using,
there's 3 places to
I
sign.
thought maybe it was like a different.
no, I was using the
Going
3-quart
forward,
and
Yeah,
a quart and a half. And I was using the same minutes, and I noticed that too. It's
It-
just that ammonia,
it browns your sugar.
But they also make like darker sugar, so I thought maybe one had.
Yeah, there's dark
sugar.
brown sugar, dark brown sugar and light brown sugar.
no,
One's got more molasses in
it
it.
was just how much time, it was just the different size of bowls. I had to make a lot to the weekend because we took a lot of it up to Billings. And so I thought, I'll just use these 2 bowls, and I didn't think about it until on about the 3rd or 4th batch. Cause Rita said, why are they different colors? Huh, so then I made a couple just with 1 bowl. And they were perfect, and I made one with the other bowl, and it was I think I put them in for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
The opening of your bowl larger, it evaporates more.
Well, it has something to it, just this to this. And I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen, don't mistake me here. And one thing, my wife, she worked at the kitchen over here at the school. I'll tell you one,
Thank you.
she just.
Can I get that, Todd?
Did you wash your hands?
yeah,
Well, I didn't go anywhere. Yeah, but you picked this up.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I mean,
Way for her to keep you on track.
To be obsessive.
she watched my every move. So I supervised. You think I need supervision?
I'd say, I think we all need supervision once in a while. Covers our tuition, I live, right?
You know, when I have lots of supervision at home, I start asking lots of questions and the supervision goes away. It's amazing.
Isn't that amazing how that works? I have a son that when it starts getting a little touchy, he just asks for money.
We
Did
need
you say there were
snow.
3 or?
We gotta get the smoke back up.
Three.
Fun with
Where's the 3rd
yeah.
one?
After
There's
harvest.
It's yellow paper, it's
Yeah.
yellow, goes into the yellow.
Most of the stay was.
Way back before that.
No,
It's
right
not
at the
way,
beginning.
Right there. I think I found it.
40% on this date on average.
Usually they're not that spread out.
So if you have
we're
time,
having our January thaw early.
if you have time.
We had our January
board
thaw
members so
early.
that we can get them on that.
Your letter's been emailed to the land board.
Thank you.
And
you
a
put
copy
that
will
in
be with the
minutes?
minutes and a letter is going out to them, so they should get it.
Did
And
you
anybody who asks what you wrote
try to
should be
get
able
your
to see it.
board members, so that we can get that on and then
After the next
finalize
meeting.
for 1 o'clock. If you are done with the rest of your stuff,
I guess the first time they brought it up,
then I can get.
What I
that
did with
back
my
that's
papers.
updated And you can approve numbers.
it was just put on their agenda with no explanation of what,
Oh, that's why they didn't do anything with it the first time?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
the Attorney General's office says, I don't know anything about this, let's delay this.
Good. I wonder how it got on there without
Who
them
did you get a
approving
hold
it.
of on the board?
It just was asked by the secretary of
Who do we not have?
the state land board. Put it on there to.
Hi, Paige.
Hmm.
Dennis Teskey, how are you doing today?
You know, I looked at the makeup of that land planning board and it's
Great.
very
We
political.
got a little snow
Oh.
and had good Christmas, so life is
All
good.
political.
Mhm.
They, we had a question, and I'm pretty sure it's a yes, but you're gonna be on the health board next year from your school, right?
Oh, yeah,
Or
I will.
On the health board, okay. We're just finishing that up and clarify and make sure everybody's gonna be on there. That was great. I appreciate you being on that board too. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, thank you.
Okay. Have a happy new year. Okay. I was supposed to take care of Paige, which I
You
left a
just
message,
did.
but she agreed, and Fulton.
Did anybody
agreed.
call Tate Pill over the,
I talked to Mark
I know, but,
and he said he talked to Faith.
I know, but that's not what he said Sherry when he talked to her this morning, so.
The bomb.
He said that he had approached him several times in the past about being on the board. That's what he told Sherry. So I don't know that Mark actually talked to Tate because he didn't even have Tate's phone number, so. All he had was, Sarah's number instead of Tate's.
And Cheryl left. She's got Tate's number. I don't have it.
Todd doesn't have his phone.
I don't think I got Paige.
But you could call Sarah and ask her if she has Tate's number.
I think we just send him a letter and he's on.
Whatever you want to do.
Be strong, man. That for me, will you please? My thumb not working. What's up?
I'll try to phone. Thank you.
Did our sidewalk melt off or do we need to call Travis?
Somebody was out there earlier doing it.
Somebody's shoveling. Somebody's shoveling.
Hmm.
Yeah, somebody's been shoveling, and there's a four-wheeler with a snowplow in front of it.
What resolution did Tylene come to get?
The ones you guys signed today. The one about or 215, the one about, public meetings, the one you guys did last time, and then,
Ethics?
yeah. Well, the one about, you can come during public comment and not during, and interrupt the meeting, the list of rules,
Hi.
public participation or whatever.
How are ya?
I have a quick question for Todd. Did you get a DocuSign document in your emails for that crisis grant?
He doesn't have his
I
phone.
don't have my phone with me, but I haven't seen a DocuSign. Recently?
Would have been within the last couple of weeks.
No.
It would have just went to Todd,
Okay.
because he has to sign that so we can accept the grant money.
Who did it come from? I got an email.
Probably the state of Montana. Sorry.
We have humor this morning on Monday.
I have all,
Humor, if you call that humor, you got problems.
we have all the
No,
humor.
I thought it was kind of chuckly.
In the state of Montana. Like that bad winter, Cliff was coming up to our place and come by Robbie and him and Bob were out putting small square bales on the back to pick up.
Thank you.
You know, you can go cross. Bob says, I wonder where Cliff's going, there's only one place he can be going. Robbie says Miles City. Bob blew up.
Oh. No sense of humor?
No sense of humor whatsoever. He just accused the shit out of Robbie for being a smart ass. Robbie says, where do you think he was going? There's no place to go. It's tunnel, Couldn't go anyplace else but Devlin's yard. Wonder where Cliff's going. Miles City.
That was the year they trailed the heifers out of Keltner's down the tunnel. wasn't it?
78.9.
Mm-hmm.
We had 112 inches of snow that year.
Yep.
Yeah. it'll be
112 in, 112 inches.
I don't want that much now.
It was unreal.
That's as bad as peanut brittle.
Aren't you worried about how many was? I'm reading this.
I don't look behind me.
Hi,
How you doing?
great. Doesn't say exactly who it'll be. It'll be somebody from, behavioral health. How the hell am
But who's ever gonna get the contract back? Like Department of Transportation, I know who it would come from.
the person I've been dealing with is Jordan Dorsal.
Or some,
Yeah, DOERSO or SAM.
Our clip and recorder jumped to a time slot.
Or it might be HHS,
I don't think so.
I said clerk and recorder jumped their time slot.
She was at
API
11.
contracts,
She was here at 11.
Oh,
API contracts.
I looked at the clock wrong.
But there is something else on here, final annual financial report. which
yeah,
I don't
she talked about it.
Oh, she did? Okay.
I looked at the clock screwy.
So,
Those big numbers are confusing.
we're just gonna see him send it again. So we'll ask
okay, I can,
the current one, if it's within 40, I think 24 hours, if you don't return it during 24 hours,
They kind
they
of
send you a new one.
okay, I will check with them and see what I can come up with this afternoon. Have a great day.
You too.
Always.
What's your mom's name again, Christine, over there?
Norma
Okay, what's your last name?
Newland.
Norma. But she's the only Norma over there, right?
I have no clue.
I was thinking it was Norma because my mom's name is Norma and I was thinking yours was too, but I'm like, I just wonder what she looks like. I go over there all the time because my father-in-law's in the hospital there, so,
She don't look like nothing like she used to.
well, I'm sure. Do any of us look like what we used to?
In my mind's eye, I do.
Mhm.
See you later.
What's this stuff?
Blueberry,
Huckleberry, probably.
tastes good.
It's popcorn. It's pretty good.
You say one of the worst things for you is popcorn.
Why is that?
Really?
Gets the stuff on your digestive system.
Huh.
I could see that.
Well, is Tate the only one we don't have okayed?
Who were the two on the planning board up?
Renee and Lauren?
Lauren?
We talked to Lonnie before the meeting the other day.
Well, he hadn't told him yet,
Oh,
or asked him. Want to know what we were thinking.
I'm thinking to.
Behavior's gotta get better. Behavior, you can have your opinions, but your behavior has to be respectful.
A club might be brought to the next meeting.
Hmm?
We might bring a club to the next meeting.
No, that won't do any good.
I forget who I'm talking. You're right.
What has to happen there has to be an understanding. You ever heard the quote from Teddy Roosevelt, the man in the arena? It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds has failed and he could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again and again, because where there is no effort, there is no error. And of course, you don't have shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotion, who spends himself into a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while doing great things, doing so that his place shall never be one of those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. At some point, we have to, and we can fuss with one another a little bit, but we can't hate one another. We can't miss what we're trying to do. To achieve what we can do, the best for our citizens. That's who we're working for. They are on the board. We are in here on this board. Trying to do what's right for our citizens. And I think old Roosevelt knows it pretty good about
That Teddy?
Teddy, the man in the arena. I was up at Medora and
I was gonna say,
heard him give him that
the
that
stock,
speech, and I
the
like.
stock growers association that he was involved in.
Hey, didn't he also say walk tall and carry a big stick?
Yep, he's the one about foreign policy.
I've always been a proponent of that.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
He would accomplish the Panama Canal.
Mm-hmm. Nobody else could.
Nobody else could get it done. The malaria was just killing them right and left. The French tried it first. And I can't remember how many thousands of people they lost to malaria. I mean, it was,
Thousands of them.
you know how many because of the DDT ban, according to United Nations and other organizations, how many people we lose a day in the world? 30,000 a day.
How many are born a day?
Oh, it's probably a million. But 30,000 people a day, mostly in Africa, because of malaria and.
No, malaria is spread through mosquito bites. Down in that area, is that right?
But. You know, we pat ourselves on the back for DDT ban. But when they're doing the tests and the eggshells were too thin, you know, they had those eagles in captivity testing them. They were deboning them before they fed them to the eagles.
Deboning what?
The fish.
That's where they
So they
supposed to
weren't
get their,
getting them in.
they were
get
getting their
gouged.
calcium.
That makes sense.
That was dumb.
Thought the poor fishes, the poor eagles might choke on the bonies, so that.
You know, I didn't realize, I guess that the bald eagle was not an official or country bird. I thought.
No,
Because Biden just.
you know what it is?
What?
The turkey.
Well,
Wild
that's
turkey.
what Ben Franklin wanted.
Yeah,
right?
Benjamin Franklin one got, I think it is.
Apparently put in writing.
But I thought the eagle was our national bird.
Not till just recently.
I'll be done.
I gotta say, he did one thing right in his entire administration. Gotta look for that positive in there somewhere.
This is addictive.
See, how many more days do we have? That guy, 20?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, they're gonna try to kill that Trump before it's over.
They already have attempted it multiple times.
Twice,
That we know of.
Mhm.
we know of, yeah.
That they were caught, yeah.
Be pretty tough to keep a guy alive. Let's be honest here. It's pretty tough to keep a guy alive. They really want to get rid of him.
Mhm.
Well, I think they're gonna have to start working over the weekend to do it. With
Yeah,
this guy
Trump's just
coming
gotta be
up.
smart enough to have extra security around himself as well, because people he trusts. I can only imagine what his realization was after he calmed down after the assassination attempt about just how close it came to his life being over. I mean, that's,
If he hadn't turned his head that way, would have hit him right in the temple.
It would have exploded his pump and
see, the guy who did it, I don't think he had ever done much shooting before because he wasn't very far away. And if honestly, if you want a kill shot, unlike the movies, you don't go for the head. You go for the vital organs where you're gonna ensure that what you hit is going to do the job.
well, if he used the right ammo and any trunk shot would have killed him.
Mhm. Mhm. But I still can't believe that guy got within 150 yards. That's
150
crazy.
yards is nothing.
It's nothing, yeah. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that guy had to be 500 or 600 yards away. No wonder he missed. And then they say he was 150 yards away. Just blows my mind.
And for security, not to pick it up early.
And the two snipers sitting behind him saw him. You could tell they were looking. Well, if they knew that nobody was on the roof with a gun prior to that, then why would they even hesitate? They could have shot him as soon as he got on the roof. They saw him the whole time. They right behind Trump are those two snipers looking directly over there. That's where all these conspiracy theories come from about people wanting to get rid of him in the upper levels because things like that should never have happened. And the fact
No.
that it did happen says that there might have been something fishy going on in the background.
Yeah. That Travis?
Yeah,
Should be.
I thought it might be Art.
Art wouldn't use a four-wheeler, I don't think. I think he'd use a snow blower. It gets a little easier for him to handle.
So why would Ross even, what was his name?
Pete.
Pete, why would they even stop in? I don't get it.
Just tell you on green energy and to give you that draft.
Yeah.
Keeping his face in front of
You
it.
could have quite a talk over his comment over the green energy thing. You could talk for hours about how wrong that is.
That is so wrong.
Yeah.
And how smart they were to pick up the logo, green energy. Green.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
About that brand.
It's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
green energy, we subsidize to build it. Green energy, you subsidize it on your power bill because the feds make you buy it through your utility, so it forces their cost up.
Sure.
So they send that bill to you and you get mad at the,
Public Service Commission.
yeah.
At the energy company
And
or
then-
the electric company.
And then when they come through, something I didn't realize that you're gonna find out a little bit is, then they want a tax abatement. And then they come through and that evaluation does raise, I'm going off what Cheryl and I talked about, and you're gonna talk about when she gets back, but as that raises county taxes, our tax base goes up and we pay more. Instead of, so
Unless the mills go down.
mills are gonna go up over this. And so you're gonna pay that, but then also, any subsidies these guys get, we do end up paying for it. Just do. I wish you wouldn't mind it if you paid for it, but
That's what my son said.
he said that. Did you read through a lease you guys got the other day? Did you read through a lease? That's a 57-year lease.
Yeah,
25 years and two,
37, 2 10s.
the renewal on it adds that up to 57.
57. And sometimes I just don't know if people really read. what
I,
they
for
sign.
the life of me, do not understand the people assigned the contract, why they would sign it
I don't know.
after they read it.
Did you guys print off the invoice from that legal company?
Yes, I put a claim in. $288, right?
I don't know, whatever. I didn't open it
I
up.
think it was 188, maybe it was 288.
288 for that.
Actually, it was less than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, they only charged for the revamping of the scoping letter.
Mhm.
They didn't charge for the implementation that they had done.
Well, you wanna walk down the street? Ready for a walk?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
It's close
I
to
feel.
noon.
Either that or I'm gonna have another handful of popcorn.